guys, if you enjoy the Drunken Peasants podcast, be sure to go to audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get your free audio book. They have books like The God Delusion or Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. Also, 150,000 other titles to choose from. So be sure to check that out. It supports the show and you get a free audiobook in the process. So what the fuck do you have to lose? Tacos.
Coming to you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man. It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Do it live!
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. I am Ellie Jaden. Hold on, wait. Who am I?
You're Benny.
I'm Benny.
Benny.
I do kind of like that a little bit.
No.
Is that like your pet name for me now?
Damn it. I want you to hate that so bad.
You want me to hate names that you call me, but I am not easily annoyed.
I know, it's annoying.
We had this conversation.
Fucking horrible.
We had this conversation earlier. I am not easily annoyed by things, and TJ tries to annoy me, and I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. Not really. I guess the only part of it that annoys me is that no one can hear you when you do that.
Yeah, that started annoying me. That's why I stopped. But fuck. Drunken Peasants Podcast. Scotty's not here again because he's pussy whipped.
I know, and I had all these Hey Scotties lined up.
I know, we always do, and his ass keeps avoiding them by not showing up to the damn show. He's like, oh, my girlfriend's in town from Canada. Fucking crybaby.
Maybe she'll stay here when Canada throws itself into a post-apocalyptic state like Mad Max, because we know they're on the brink of it at any point.
Yeah, that's always been Canada.
Yep.
But if Canada was destroyed, who would even notice?
So unstable.
Not I.
I don't know.
It'd probably be like 2 or 3 years before I even heard about it.
It's funny because you live so close to it, honestly.
You know.
We're not that far away from it.
I know, but it's like, if Canada was gone, my life is no different, as far as I can tell.
I mean, have you ever lived? Yeah, you've lived in Southern California, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, did you notice that you lived close to Mexico there?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you live close to an unstable country, you notice it.
Yeah, but if it's a nice stable country,
right?
You know, you don't really notice. So Canada could explode tomorrow, and who cares? Except the Canadians.
I like Canadians; they're cool.
Yeah,
very friendly.
Wish they would just take Alaska off our hands. You know,
we bought it from Russia.
I know.
So it was originally part of Russia. It almost touches Russia, practically.
They tricked us.
Yeah.
It's not worth shit. Sarah Palin came from there. What more do you need to know?
Yeah, I think she's probably the worst of the worst. She was like a beauty pageant contestant turned news anchor that somehow got into politics. So, you know. I don't know. Oh, by the way, I basically got permission from the YouTuber Sci-10Atheist to use any animation he ever makes from now until the end of time. He just told me recently.
So and we should just play those.
A whole show?
Yeah, we could just set them all up, and then we can go fucking play backgammon or something.
His shit is pretty good though, honestly.
Yep.
And it's funny because he put out a new video that I'm about to play, where It's funny because atheists seem to have better senses of humor.
Yeah, we do.
Because
it's like the time that South Park, you know, even South Park went after the atheists, and the atheists loved the episode. We're like, this is fucking funny. We're not sitting there like, oh my God, South Park, this is offensive to atheists. Like, you know, so, and then Sci-10Atheist, you know, he'll go after people in the atheist community or the Christians. But when he goes after people in the atheist community, like, is this the Jacqueline Glenn video?
Yes, yeah.
Like, She doesn't give a shit.
It's very
I showed
disparaging.
It to her. It's like extremely disparaging. I showed it to Jacqueline. Like, Jacqueline, what do you think of this? I'm trying to instigate. I'm not even gonna lie about my motives here. I'm trying to like get a fucking flame war going between these two. And Jacqueline's like, oh, it's actually pretty funny. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, I got a message from Repsion basically being like, did you see this? I'm like, yeah, Africa. So, all right, I'm gonna play it really quick here, so
take
everyone.
ourselves off the screen.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna.
Sweet.
All right.
Hey guys, so I just wanted to make this video because I've been thinking about a lot of things and it's just like not even and I'm so offended, like, I can't even.
Muslims? Like, what even are they?
And this morning I came across this article and it's like so already being discussed by every single brainless self-appointed spokesperson for fucking atheism, but predictably, I feel obliged to add my own vapid commentary on the exact same subject like a total fucking robot. And I just feel like I need to talk to you guys about this because if this can help just one person, that would literally be so
Masturbation!
Keep watching because later on I'm like totally gonna regurgitate
To me,
this super
that
cool
sounds more like Martha Stewart.
Masturbation. It almost sounds like Oprah. You know.
Yeah,
You got
I
a
meant
new
Oprah.
car.
I meant Oprah, not Martha Stewart.
Okay.
I did mean Oprah. That's what it reminded me of.
awesome sentence that I found on the back of a Richard Dawkins book that I totally would have thought of myself, even if it wasn't already written down for me. And if you could just let me take complete possession of the words I'm gonna say as if they're my own intellectual property, that would be
And there's Dusty.
playing the xylophone on her rib cage. He's got his little dog with him.
I like the dog.
Yeah.
Is it gonna
It's
steal
chewing
one of
up-
the bones?
It looked like it wanted to.
hate to break it to ya, but I do
Oh
have
man, he missed a golden opportunity.
I know.
The dog should have totally ran off with one of those leg bones.
one single
And then she
original
could
thought
hop
in my
around for
head.
the rest of the video.
Jesus, save me!
Check this out, I've even plagiarized someone else's YouTube comment and posted it on Facebook to defend myself after being labeled unoriginal.
Fucking
And there's me.
That's the best part right there.
Yeah. The expression on my face is too dull, though. I'd be more excited if I was shoving Jacqueline Glenn up my ass.
You seem to
know?
have some sort of rash going
Yeah.
on.
I don't know. In real life, my skin is pretty smooth and immaculate, but I guess in this reality, I'm pocked with marks everywhere, so...
Believable! I just love the overwhelming amount of credit that you
Yeah.
people give me for speaking at approximately 600 words per minute and recycling precisely the same shitty arguments I used to use when I was a fucking Christian to now validate my own atheism and belittle anyone who is moronic enough to believe in the same God I worship for most of my fucking life. So don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and stab yourself in the neck with a fucking broken bottle, you piece of shit! Hey, there's a nasty little cum stain on my bed.
Oh, he's like, Africa.
It makes me kind of feel like this whole thing should have been a Repsion video.
He'll probably make one eventually.
You know, I hope he realizes I'm a more passionate person than just to be like all dull faced when I'm shoving Jacqueline up my ass.
Yeah, apparently he never watched the banana video.
Yeah, you know, there's more of like a look of ecstasy with my eyes more intense, you know. So get it right, Saitan.
Yeah,
you
come
fucking
on.
piece of shit.
So, by the way, someone sent me a picture earlier, and it showed me that G-Man subscribes to Wild Bill
Yeah,
for America.
sure. That makes sense.
Yeah, not racist at all. Well, I don't know.
Nothing about G-Man liking Wild Bill should be surprising.
Really? Are you being sarcastic?
No, I'm not being sarcastic. Why wouldn't he?
Because Wild Bill is totally racist
But G-Man is totally racist
against his
against black people. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I guess I don't want to. I don't know.
he will literally sit there and support slavery. So
Well, he acknowledges that slavery against Africans in North America was wrong, but it's okay when Israelites
Yeah, but like-
enslave people.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that it's just even in like the history of like America and the fact that his ancestors may have been slaves, probably were.
More than likely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that for him to sit there and condone slavery kind of makes him a racist asshole against black people.
Do you want to talk about that?
Self-loathing black G-man.
Do you want to talk about that comment from Stefan?
Sure.
Okay. So we found this.
This is you guys remember we've talked about Stefan Molyneux.
No.
I'm just gonna say it. Molly Neux.
Molly Neux. Stefan Molly Neux.
Stefan Molly Neux said, this is something he posted to his Google Plus or something.
Yeah,
or whatever. I don't know where he posted this.
It says via Google Plus.
I mean, is this on YouTube? It kind
It
of
looks like YouTube
comment.
because of the ups and down votes.
Okay, so this is on his YouTube. And this is what he wrote. I love you. You totally ruined Frozen for me, but I really enjoyed this a lot more than the actual movie. And you really got me thinking about a lot. Being an attractive young woman, I understand what it is like to be seen as nothing more than a sex doll. I also know what it is like to use that to my advantage to get over the system. Hell, I even know what it is to suffer mental illness only to be told, boo my parents, to ignore it. However, despite all of this, I feel that I've learned more lessons from everything that has happened in my life. Thank you so much for posting this. Honestly, I want to make a difference in the world, and I looked to people like you to sort of guide me in the right direction. Thanks so much.
So, and you can see the comments below. So either Stefan is a woman.
I think that the fourth comment down has it right. The one that says, "Oh my God, did you actually try to post a fake comment pretending to be a woman who likes your work? You're beyond pathetic, Molyneux." Molyneux.
Yeah.
So he is. And we just wanted to draw more attention to that because it's funny.
Yeah.
So this is a guy that's so pathetic that he literally writes himself comments as attractive girls that like his work. Oh, Stefan Molyneux, so fucking hot and you're so right about everything.
God. I just want to rub Crisco all over your bald head.
Oh my God. As a beautiful woman who is in love with you, I just want to say that you're a genius. Wow, Stefan. Are things really that bad, buddy? Is life really that sad? I guess it is. What do we got, Ben?
We have a video from the Christian Santa Claus guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
He says, atheists are un-American.
Good. Oh, yeah.
Atheists are un-American. They think being born in America makes them American, but they have no vision of what's...
I think that's what the Constitution says.
Yeah, that's...
I think being born here...
That is the prerequisite.
Like, literally, even if your parents were on vacation here from another country and you're born here, you're a citizen. You could even be president.
I am a real American.
So, yep, I think that's the definition.
Yep. It's not atheists that think that, though. It's literally everyone that I've ever met up until this point. So,
sacrifices, what faith, what love it took to make America a superpower. Believers came to America with a love of freedom and with faith in God to throw off the yoke of oppression in Europe. And when the ruler of Great Britain attempted to put that yoke of oppression and tyranny on them again, they rose up in war against the British Empire with the declaration containing these...
Those damn Brits!
I don't like them.
You like them. I think you almost... I don't know. You're like, oh no, can't make another video about the Brits. They'll freak out.
Yeah. They do freak out. They're very butthurt easily. It should almost be just changed to Brit hurt.
Brit hurt?
Yeah, they get really Brit hurt. They're like... You said something about our country.
Yeah.
They get pissed.
Yeah, because, sitting on faces should definitely be illegal if England says it should be.
Oh, yeah.
Is it just sitting on... I'd hate to divert away from this,
Brilliant masterpiece of a video.
But is it sitting on faces altogether, or is it just in porn?
In porn. And it's not even... Only in porn that's actually shot there, too.
But I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, but I guess that's delving into a whole different topic. Anyway, face sitting is awesome.
Words.
How'd you like to sit on this guy's
Behold
face,
these
Ben?
truths
Why not?
to be self-evident that
His
all men are
mustache
created
tickles.
equal,
It would.
that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All of the founding fathers were believers in God.
No.
Several.
Yeah. Not true.
No, it's not.
And the ones that did believe in a god were mostly deists.
There were some religious founders.
Right,
But,
there were.
But yeah, I mean, most of them were deists, and some of them were probably... I mean, like, Thomas Paine, for fuck's sake. Thomas Paine wrote a book against Christian theology.
Well, with Thomas Jefferson, he made like
Yeah,
a
he
secular
made a
Bible.
secular version of the Bible that
Yeah.
took out all the miracles. I mean, these were not these devoted religious men. That's just nonsense. I mean, it's just a lie at this point. I mean, you are basically just bold-faced lying.
were deists.
And you just
but
expect people to
none
believe you because you're Santa.
Yeah, well, it's like a Fox News tactic where they're just, America has the greatest healthcare system in the world.
Confidently state a lie,
Right.
and people
Well.
will believe it.
were atheists. We believers founded a secular state, not so sinners could run with the devil and abuse freedom of speech and war against our rights to raise our children in the faith.
How is freedom of speech abused? I mean, when you're free to say whatever you want, where do you draw the line between exercising that right and abuse? Is it just when you don't agree?
Yeah, when he
With what's being said?
when he personally doesn't agree, then freedom of speech is being abused. That's
I
the
see.
standard.
I see.
And go to law against us to forbid us to speak the name of Jesus.
When did that
in
happen?
public.
Yeah, where's the law?
What law is there against saying the name of Jesus anywhere?
Where do they come up with this shit?
This guy's just a liar. If you're gonna critique the world and you're gonna say, these things are bullshit, at least make them things that are actually happening. Instead of just I know your God is made up, but at least don't make up shit about the world you live in.
Right, the world that we currently inhabit when we can see if these things are true or not.
I know. I mean, all it does. I mean, a simple Google search or just picking up a fucking American history book will teach you that the founding fathers were not all Christians. And a simple look around the world in which we live here in America would tell you that no one has been prohibited from saying Jesus any fucking where their heart desires
Right,
to
you can-
speak that fucking word.
You can literally say it anywhere. You can say it adoringly or as a swear word anywhere you want.
Anywhere, anytime.
And if you say it in a place that's inappropriate, you may be asked to leave, but you can still do it. The cops aren't going to come and arrest you.
I don't know. Where would it even be inappropriate? I guess if you
Well, I guess if I walked into a church and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, or something
I think
like
they
that.
would object more to the fucking
Well,
in Christ.
What if I just said Jesus Christ?
I guess it depends on how you say it. If you're like, Jesus Christ.
Well, if I said it adoringly, they'd probably be like, man, he's got the spirit.
Yeah. But if you're like, Jesus Christ, they'd be like, oh, I don't know about that. This is taking the Lord's name in vain.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy is totally weaving a web of fiction.
Prayers and in the classrooms of America.
No.
The Holy Bible was the main text in early American schools, including Princeton, Harvard, and Yale.
Okay.
Atheists, Muslims, Hindus,
We also used to drive
Buddhists,
around in
Satan-
like horse and buggies. Should we just do that again because it was old?
We should all be Amish, basically.
That's how it used to be. It's like, okay, that's not really an argument for how it should be. You're just saying it used to be this way. Obviously, it stopped being that right way for a reason.
Satanists did not establish America.
So,
Believers in the God of the Bible sacrificed, starved, bled, died, and overcame the British Empire by
How did they overcome it if they died? I'm just being a smartass now. Anyway.
faith in God.
you're getting coal in this year, buddy.
We did not want a theocracy. God must rule over a theocracy, and man is not God.
Okay.
So we established a secular nation.
That's the only reason we have a secular nation here.
Because of that, whatever the fuck that line of reasoning was.
Because we can't have a theocracy because only men will rule our theocracy. You know, obviously there were Christian theocracies in the past.
But they were trying, they learned from their lessons. They're like, this is going to be a secular country, not because we're not all super religious, because we totally are.
Well, I mean, look, there are none. There are no longer any Christian. I mean, I guess if you want to really stretch it broad, you could say, you know, Vatican City is technically its own country, and that's a Christian theocracy if you believe that Catholics are Christian. Other than that, there's really nothing else. You know, there's a handful of... most of the countries now in the Middle East that are Muslim theocracies, and it's about it. In Israel, Judaism.
Goddamn Muslims. Yeah. Goddamn Jews.
You like them both. You are a secret Jew, after all.
Goddamn Jewslims.
Jewslims.
We established the United States so everyone could work together in harmony.
We established it. You were there, right?
You established it so everyone could work together.
I know he's old. I didn't know he was that old.
He was there. He knew what was going on. He was like George Washington's water boy, you know, kept the soldiers hydrated.
We were willing to respect their freedom to not believe in God, but they are not willing to respect our freedom to believe in God.
That's not true.
What they are telling believers in America is leave your faith at home when you go into the public schools. And
okay.
That's actually what it says in the Bible.
I honestly do respect his freedom to believe in it, but he needs to respect my freedom to disagree with it.
I respect his freedom to rub his own shit in his beard if he wants to. I don't give a shit what he does. But if you're going to try to legislate based on that, then no, I'm going to actually have things to say, and I have the right to disagree with you, and none of the things that you've said atheists have done in this country have even happened, and your view of history is garbage.
And by the way, everybody, I know Vatican City is a country. I've been there.
And I don't think you're the real Santa Claus either.
Oh, shit. No, he's an imposter. Don't worry, TJ. The real Santa will visit you eventually. Bring you all the presents you missed.
Whee! Satan Claus.
Satan Claus.
Satan
Claus.
Government buildings, while they retain the right to pour out their hate speeches against God in those places. We do not have the right to praise God in public. Atheists do
yes,
not
you
have
do.
the right to badmouth God in public.
What is he fucking... This dude's like... It's not even true. I mean, how many times... I mean, I can't... The only refutation you even need for this video is that's not true. You're just a lying piece of shit. Everything you're saying is not even fucking true. There's not even like a kernel of truth to cling to anywhere.
People in the chat room are calling him Comstock. I believe that's from BioShock, right?
I don't know.
I think it is.
But He kind of looks, if you just ignore the beard, he kind of almost has a Charlton Heston vibe going.
From my cold,
dead hands.
Atheists are traitors to the American dream.
Okay.
They are promoters of blaspheming God in the name of free speech.
Okay.
Of killing babies in the womb to protect the freedom of sinful women to sin. They are promoters of sodomite.
Okay.
Perversions in public places.
In public places.
We
promote sodomy in public places.
I mean, I do, but that's besides the point.
I got in trouble in high school.
For sodomy?
No. I got in trouble in high school because we used to have to pray before every class.
Uh-huh.
Literally every class. I went to a Catholic school, for those of you that don't know. And I prayed to legalize public masturbation and got in trouble. It was the only time I prayed.
Why would they get you? Why would you be in trouble for that?
Yeah, why?
I mean, like, it's just a petition to God. I mean, it's just a suggestion.
Please, God.
You know?
It's like, I don't want to have to go home. I'm in public right now.
I wonder what the most evil thing that someone's ever prayed for has been.
I don't know. I mean, some people say Hitler was a Christian, so.
Yeah, that's true.
and are willing to steal the lawful right of elected officials to pray to God. And in doing so, they intend to turn America into an atheist nation by law to protect their evil unbelief.
Okay.
Where are our believing lawyers?
What?
When will you churches and organizations understand it is your duty
To
to
please
fight the
that
good
booty.
fight against atheists in court, in the media, in publications, to take back what has been lost?
I think in his
did
mind, this is like a really dramatic speech.
Yeah, he's like, you know.
I think like, you know, like he's thinking of it like the scene in like the movie where he's like giving a speech to his men
This
in the
is
army,
his
you know.
I have a dream, or his don't, you know, ask not what your country can do for you type speech.
Yeah. Or like the Braveheart speech, you know.
Freedom!
Every man dies, not every man really lives.
Every Scottish person is cringing
I
right
know.
now.
But I actually am Scottish, so
Well, you have Scottish ancestry.
I have more Scottish ancestry than anything else, but I can't do a Scottish accent at all. It's sad.
Ignorance and apathy. Certain unalienable rights mean specific rights. Not any right they invent.
Click, click, click. Click, click, click.
Not any wickedness they choose.
What?
The rights of American citizens involves those endowed by their Creator. And our Creator certainly would not endow American society with the right to sodomize their neighbor or kill unborn children in the...
I think that
I like how he makes it sound like, oh, there's my neighbor, I'm going to go sodomize him. No, it'd be like, I want to sodomize my neighbor, and my neighbor's like, hey, come over and sodomize me. That's when that happens, you know?
yeah. Typically, it's not like, I think I'm just going to go sodomize my
Right.
neighbor. Hey, neighbor, what's up?
Yeah.
Can I borrow a cup of sugar and also,
And also
I
sodomize
think
you.
I'm going to, you know, cornhole you for a while or something, so, you know, you could, like, assume the position. That would be extremely helpful at this juncture.
Okay, Steve, wasn't really planning on that, but okay, guess it might be interesting.
Yeah. And as you know, the atheists have made this law, so
Yes.
figured I might as well take advantage.
Oh, shit, if the atheists say I have to, I guess I have to. Grabbing my ankles now for you.
womb. No matter what the excuse. Our Creator would certainly not endow atheists to blaspheme Him on American soil. After believers bled their blood into the soil to purchase it from
Our creators endow atheists with ample bosoms.
Woo.
Yeah.
the oppressors.
The
God-hating atheists will say, but God is not mentioned in the Constitution or the Bill of Rights. There was no need to.
Okay.
The Declaration of Independence and the Constitution go hand in hand.
Huh?
We are mindful that just a few years separated the Declaration of Independence from the Constitution, and that they, as documents, were intended to go hand in hand.
Okay, the Declaration of Independence was declaring to England that the United States is considering itself a sovereign nation. You know, if it was intended to go hand in hand with the Constitution, it would have been written with the Constitution as part of it.
But it was.
They're not the same thing. One is declaring independence.
But the Constitution is like a sequel to the Declaration of Independence.
Oh.
Declaration of Independence to the Constitution.
That reminds me.
Starring Nicolas Cage.
Why does Nicolas Cage always look surprised all the time? Like, if there's like a poster.
I think he's on a lot of drugs.
Yeah. Whoa. I saw him on one of those late night talk shows a few years ago. He never stops acting. I'm Nicolas Cage. I'm acting.
I don't think he's acting. I think that just is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. There's only a handful of movies of his that I've liked. Raising Arizona one. I don't know.
It's garbage.
You didn't like it?
I don't think I've seen it, actually.
Oh, okay.
The future generations of Americans. It was the same people. Did you think they changed their mind?
Yeah.
for unbelieving un-American atheists to say God is not mentioned in the Constitution. Therefore, this is a godless nation. That is a betrayal of America.
I've never even heard anyone make such a stupid argument anyway.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say it's a godless nation. It's one of the most religious nations on the planet. But it doesn't mean that it's also a Christian nation. You know.
Letter to a Christian nation. All right. I think I've had enough of this.
You love him. You want to watch him over and over and over again. I think I'll start it over from the beginning again.
No, please, Ben.
Actually, Glenn Beck did a film review of Exodus, Gods and Kings. Are you interested in that?
Sure.
He's like, sure.
Sure. I wish I'd seen the movie, though, because then I could probably...
Yeah. I was turning it down while his stupid song plays.
Was really good. Yeah.
Oh, well,
man.
I mean, there was a couple of things that I didn't agree with. Like, for instance, Moses doesn't believe in God.
Wait,
what?
I'm sorry.
No, he doesn't believe in God.
Well, for most of the movie, he doesn't.
Well, he does.
And even then, even when he believes in him.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to be lectured by you. Literally, that's, I mean, he says, I'm not going to be humbled by you.
I like this Moses.
Yeah.
I don't know why Hollywood is deciding to suddenly make weird atheistic adaptations
Kinda
of
like
Bible
Noah?
stories. Yeah, I don't know what this sudden imperative is. Like, we're going to do Bible stories, but we're going to atheistify the fuck out of them.
Atheistify.
Yeah.
I like that word.
Atheistify.
You got some atheistification coming your way,
I wish
bitch.
that sounds like a word that Zach De La Roca would say really well.
The guy from Rage
Atheistify.
Against the Machine?
Yeah, if he, you know.
Atheistify!
That's not even close, but
I can't.
Better than my Scottish accent. Though.
He has a very high voice. I can't.
That's why I want to hear him say it. I want to hear him scream it to like some like repetitive background guitars.
Like that kind of.
Kind of like how he does Testify, but atheistify.
Atheistify.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be sweet.
The most humble man to ever live.
Yeah,
he's not going to be humbled,
he's not gonna be humbled
Lord.
by God. And God is a 12-year-old. Now, maybe
11.
10.
He's 11.
He's an 11-year-old
That
kid
sounds about right
who
if you read the
I
Bible,
think is
honestly.
more like a Buddhist monk because he's constantly making tea. I don't know why he's making tea.
And forming
Probably to
little rocks into...
symbolize serenity. I don't know.
Them damn Chinamen always making tea all the time.
My God, ain't no little China motherfucker making no goddamn tea. He's a fucking lumbering beast upon the mountaintop with long flowing white hair, rippling muscles, who casts down bolts of thunder and lightning upon the sinners of the world.
Pyramid shapes. I was really confused, but he's sitting there just piling up little rocks into, like, I guess a pyramid?
I don't know.
To represent Egypt, maybe?
No,
I don't know. What was that?
No, it was really good.
Is it because he hadn't invented Legos yet?
I'm not sure, but God's a 12-year-old kid or 11-year-old kid that focuses too much on rocks and tea time. And
Are you criticizing God, Glenn Beck? Are you fucking criticizing God, the creator of the universe? If he wants to play with rocks and drink tea, that is God's fucking prerogative, and your pitiful human ass has no right to criticize.
For those of you who don't live in the United States,
yeah, but we are this crazy.
I just want to let you know that there are people that watch this shit who are like, I'm watching the news right now.
Yeah.
This is the news.
We're talking about like hundreds of thousands of people. Hundreds of thousands of people watching this being like, wow, yeah.
I agree with that. Glenn Beck.
Glenn Beck
He knows what he's talking about.
He's a smart man.
Would be too kind of a word. He's like, I'm not going to wait around anymore because I'm 11 now. It's bizarre. Moses becomes the latest member of ISIS, which I think is nice. Might be ISIS. I'm not sure which. But he decides to become a terrorist.
What's interesting is, as you look back on Christian Bale's comments now, if all he knows, and I'll bet he's never read the Bible. He has no idea who Moses was. All he knows about Moses came from this movie. He's exactly right.
Yeah,
What?
He
has no idea who Moses was.
Right.
Never.
Okay, I'm an atheist, and I know the story of fucking Moses because I live in America, And it's pretty hard to avoid
He
knowing
is
the story.
easily the most prominent figure in the Old Testament.
Right.
You know, Abraham's up there, Noah's up there, but I would probably put Moses at the top. So,
I'm Moses.
That's exactly right.
Because Moses
He's a
was a
psycho.
terrorist in this movie.
And by the way, when he does go up into the mountain, you have to understand too that Christian Bale is probably right, because he went up on the mountain and he didn't just see God. What happened was there was a rock slide, and Moses was hit in the head by a rock, and then
buried in mud. All you could see is his face.
Right, so he's buried in mud, and then this 11-year-old boy comes walking up and is like, "Hey, why don't you get up? Why don't you get up?
What are you doing?
You can't get up, can you?
What are you doing?
Can't get out, can you? Can't get out. Look at, I got a tree behind me. It's on fire. Can't get out, can you? You're in the mud."
he's kind of like you, TJ. Like, even though he has a mic stand, he wants to hold his microphone in his hand.
You know, I Glenn Beck and I do share a lot of similarities.
What else are there?
He wears big, thick-ass glasses.
Yeah.
He has
true,
blondish hair. He looks like he's kind of a bigger guy.
Yeah. He was blonde before he started going gray like that.
You know, I remember seeing it. And, you know, and he's pretty angry and maladjusted, as I am.
You guys could be friends.
I think we'd get along, you know. I would use one of the atheist laws to sodomize him, just to, like, seal the friendship. Because, you know, that's how us atheists communicate with each other.
We do.
Through sodomy. Because we hate God, and we always want to thumb our noses at him at every opportunity. God doesn't like sodomy, huh? All right, well, let me stick my dick in your ass then.
That's why we stopped doing the show at 7:30 and moved it back to 8.
Because we wanted that sodomy half hour before the show to keep things loose.
Very important to
you know?
keep things loose.
Mm-hmm.
Head hurt? Yeah, my head hurts. Can you help me up? No, it's much worse than just your head hurt. What do you mean? Your legs are broken and stuff.
You saying
Want some
stuff?
tea? It's weird. It's weird.
It's not an exact quote, but it's
pretty
paraphrased
close.
the scene.
Yeah, no,
it's pretty close to that.
No, okay, so
bad.
the whole thing. Okay, so now he goes down to Miriam,
Yeah.
his wife, and he tells Miriam, who before he goes on the mountain, she's like, "Hey, this is our God. We have to respect our God."
And she's talking to him about teaching the son,
right?
His son about God, and we can't have him be a godless kid,
right? And so then he goes up, and then he's in a mudslide, and he gets hit by in the head with a rock, and sees a 12-year-old kid making tea, and then comes down, and Miriam is the first to say, "You got hit in the head with a rock." Okay?
You didn't see God.
You didn't see God. You're crazy. All right? All of this, of course, right in the Bible. Not the Bible that I have, but I'm sure it's in some Hollywood Bible.
Well, they have all those different translations.
The Hollywood Bible.
You know, like when you adapt mythology, you know, to the screen, I think it's pretty permissible to add your own spin and not just do the same story that's been done a million times. You know, I mean, I don't think you have to make a Noah story or a Moses story that's 100% accurate to the Bible, because that's just its own work of fiction. There's no, like, even if these Christians want to get butthurt, I mean, it's not like Hollywood has, even if you say the Bible is history, it's not like Hollywood has a great track record of representing history in their movies. You know?
What about Revenge of the Nerds?
Oh, well, yeah, that's obviously an example of one that did get the historicity
exactly.
correct. But
Lambda.
But, you know, other than that, and maybe a few others, like, you know, the Goonies, that happened.
Yeah. I love you, Chunk.
You know, I was there.
You were there?
Yeah. There was the kid that did the truffle shuffle. You know?
Was that you? You were Chunk?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But, you know.
I was Sloth.
It was magical times. But, you know, I mean, like, seriously, though, Hollywood fucks up historical dramas and all kinds of shit all the time. They just make shit up as they go. So even if you did view the Bible as history, what the fuck does it matter if Hollywood wants to change a few things around? Only when it's the Bible is it like, oh, they act like it's something sacred.
They take creative license with basically anything. Look at the fucking Super Mario Brothers movie, for God's sake.
Actually, don't look at that. 'Cause
look at it as an example, is what I'm saying.
But if you've never seen it, though,
if any you know Christians are butthurt by this movie, this Exodus movie, just think about how video game fans felt about the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Or any other video game adaptation, pretty much.
That's the worst one, though.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. The Street Fighter movies were pretty bad, too. I remember being a kid when the Mortal Kombat movies came out, though, and I kind of liked them at the time. But now...
I liked the first one at the time.
It had a pretty epic soundtrack.
Yeah, that fucking one crazy techno song.
Yeah.
Fucking...
Yep.
I'm not even going to try to do it, but...
You want to move on from Glenn?
Yeah.
Glenn, call us.
Call us, Glenn.
Sweetie, I'm waiting. Call me, Glenn.
Call us, Glenn. We want you, Glenn.
Our friend that does the Why Be an Atheist song
is back.
He did a cover of Shake It Off by Taylor Swift.
Oh, this is going to be great.
The only problem is he's not in. It's all audio, basically.
Aw.
I think we helped him out. I was looking at his page, and he's got like so many views now.
He should sing a song about us.
He should. So we'll play that.
Anybody by chance remember the now defunct website whydouYouHateGod.com? I love that website. It gave me great joy. It was so absurd.
This will become a song at some point.
You missed out, and it doesn't look like you're going to have a second chance.
Unfortunate.
If you did visit it, you can relish the memories with me. Now, I was thinking, if that website had a theme song, it would go something like this. God is gonna hate. God is gonna hate. Shake God off. Shake God off. God is gonna hate. God is gonna hate. Shake God off.
Shake it off.
Shake God off. Shake God off.
Shake God off.
God is gonna hate.
He harmonizes so beautifully, you know.
God is gonna hate.
Hate. God is gonna hate.
Greatest song ever. All right. I found a video claiming that Resident Evil 5 is racist.
Okay. All of them are racist against zombies, if you consider that a race.
Yeah, gotta kill them.
One of the biggest video game companies in the world released the latest, and one hopes the last, in their Resident Evil game series. Now, I know what you're thinking. Video games. Since when have you ever spent time on that? Are you serious? Damn right I am. Now listen.
What?
Resident Evil 5 is as racist as David Duke.
Okay.
The game's developers know this, as do the white scum who defend it.
Oh. He sounds white. What race is this guy?
I don't know what he is, but I'm guessing he's not white by the way he's talking.
As do the white scum who defend it.
Right.
It is not some misunderstanding, and it's not by accident. And I'm sure we've all gotten sick and tired of the same army of brain-dead white pukes and their hand-picked black stooges claiming that what's clearly racist really isn't, and seeing no one say or do a damn thing about it.
Our hand-picked?
The white gamers...
Do you have any black stooges that you've hand-picked? Because I didn't know we were supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, I guess I need to catch up. I'm way behind on picking black
I didn't even know we could do that. Next time I see a black person out in public, like, hey, you want to be my black stooge? You basically just agree with what I say because I'm white.
I don't see that turning out very well.
Why not? What are you saying, Ben?
I don't know.
What? What do you mean? Why wouldn't it turn out well?
Or a clue in their lives, of course, try to tell us that the appearance of racism is just all in our imagination. Well, let's see if that's true. Resident Evil 5 was just like its other four predecessors and used the same old formula. White person shows up somewhere, things are peaceful and quiet at first, then zombies suddenly start coming out of the woodwork, mayhem ensues.
All right, well, part of that is racist. So
all
far.
of it.
Except for it's always white people that end up getting eaten by zombies.
Well, blame the Japanese. They're the ones who make these fucking games. It's not like it's not even us white people doing it. What the fuck?
In our game, our white hero goes to Africa since that's where the evil virus that turns people into zombies originated. Right off the bat, we had a problem. Before we even set foot in this racist perversion of Africa, we already find the old stereotypes about the dark continent being aggressively employed. Africa is immediately portrayed as the source of all things evil, and not the source of any potential cure.
What about the first 4 games?
Right, that don't take place in Africa.
Which don't take place in Africa at all. I think the first 3 games take place in a fictional American city called Raccoon City. The 4th game takes place, I think, in Spain, and then the 5th game took place in Africa. So, I guess can't American cities and Spain both claim that Resident Evil is saying, like, oh, you're saying that this is the source of all things evil? I don't get it. If the logic doesn't make sense for the first 2 examples, how does it make sense for this example?
Is what the most biologically diverse place on the planet should be shown as. Imagine that, presenting Africa as a good place. Anyway, when the white guy strolls into the town...
You wouldn't set a Resident Evil game in a good place.
Right.
Like, no, I don't... Like, you realize they're not saying that Africa is, like, actually infested with zombies, right? I mean, the only way in which this game is, like, disparaging Africa is that there's zombies everywhere. But that's not the case, so yeah.
The people are immediately portrayed as savages from the very start, lurking in the shadows, menacing, dirty and dusty, threadbare. Well, this is Africa.
Yeah,
and then
everyone knows there's not poverty in Africa.
Right.
So. How dare you portray Africans as not having a lot of money when everyone knows they're some of the richest people per capita on the planet?
Presented as a bloodthirsty mob attending a beheading. Hey, why not?
Because there are never any beheadings in Africa.
And also, like, this is a Resident Evil game. Like, when you go to the crazy Spanish town and the whole fucking village is trying to kill you, it's not like you're sitting there going like, this game is telling me that Spanish people are like this. I'm never going to Spain because obviously they're just a bunch of evil savages over there.
This is Africa. We see what is supposed to be an African leader type of individual, but he's shown with a megaphone inciting the people to violence. Mind you, all of this takes place before the virus even breaks out. We haven't even gotten to that part yet. So, if Resident Evil 5 is truly no different than the previous titles in the series, then why is it that not even one of the Resident Evil trolls has been able to tell me of even one scene, much less an entire game, in which the residents of Raccoon City or Spain are shown the way the Africans are when they are not infected?
But how do you know they're not infected?
I like how, Africa's a pretty big continent. I like it when people try to group Africans together like...
Yeah, they're all like one thing.
It's all uniform. There are some pretty stable countries in Africa, and there are some pretty unstable countries in Africa. I wouldn't compare Kenya to something like the Congo or something like that.
I don't remember. I didn't play much of Resident Evil 5, but... Aren't they like infected with parasites even during that time of the game?
I never played it,
so I don't really remember. But don't you have a black sidekick in this game anyway?
I don't.
I'm pretty sure you do, but I guess that's just like, oh, so that's your little black slave. That just proves the racism more.
The Associated Press decided to cover the Resident Evil racist issue, or rather cover it up. They put some of the black voice actors in front of the camera. Want to guess what they thought of the racism accusation?
It's been in Antarctica. It's been, I think, in Spain. It's been in the Midwest. It wasn't racist.
So is he about to Uncle Tom this guy, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking Oreo piece of shit.
Yeah.
Black on the outside, white on the inside.
Then why should it be racist now? It's in Africa.
Spoken like a white man.
Play the game.
I think he made total sense with what he just said.
But no, he didn't. He's just he's not entitled to his own opinion unless he agrees with this fucking pretentious cocksucker making the video. If he says anything other than this opinion, then he's obviously been brainwashed by Whitey.
It would be one thing if, you know, they were shooting people who weren't infected or shooting people who weren't, you know, part of this evil. But these are people that are, you know, they have to defend themselves.
Once you play the game, once fans and media or even skeptics play the game, they'll see that there's a solid story in there. That.
Mm-hmm. This guy's like the martial arts guy that wears the suit and does all the moves that they digitize. So,
motion.
What does he know though? He's a white piece of shit.
Fucking white piece of
racist
garbage.
at all. And it's it's about the setting. The settings and.
Get out of here. Get out of here, you white motherfucker.
Wow. So
Sell
you're
out.
the only two black voice actors in the game, and surprise, surprise, they say it's not racist. Well, sure didn't see that one coming now, did we? And if I were to ask if the fact that they were being paid by Capcom has anything to do with their no doubt unbiased opinion, I swear these white gamers are the sewage of the entertainment world.
Wow. Who the fuck is this guy?
I don't know, but he's a douche.
I know.
Thank God none of these people will ever have sex, which at least guarantees there won't be a next generation.
Hey, you know what we should do just to fuck with him? We should, like, subjugate his entire race.
What do you mean?
Oh, wait. I guess we already did that before. Never mind. Keep going.
And you know, it really says something when you have two black actors who can't even act convincingly when they lie about a game that they themselves helped make.
They seem like they believe it to me, but okay.
Capcom's employee who I've seen defending this game worked for video game sites owned by whites. This is a mutual protection racket. But the most shameful in all this has been Capcom itself, whose blatantly racist defense of this crap has been strident and arrogant. You'd have thought the guys responsible for running interference for Don Imus were still working.
Whoa. What the fuck?
Whites stereotyping them in movies, TV, and yes, even video games. But those same Asians have no problem at all stereotyping blacks and even trying to see if they can one-up.
So he is...
It's okay, at least, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess he is at least addressing the whole fact that this was made by Asians and not white people.
Their white friends. By the way, I have no doubt some Asians will come across this and want to argue with me. I recommend against it. I have a library of some of your greatest hits too, and if you can't find even one halfway plausible excuse for Takeuchi's
What the fuck is wrong with Afro Samurai, asshole?
He also had, what was it, Mr. Popo from Dragon Ball Z?
So, there was also green characters, so, I mean, I don't know.
Then there's no way you can deal with a whole litany of them. You've been caught red-handed. Rather than do like the whites you idolize so much and use the strategy of deny, 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 why not set a precedent for yourselves and take some responsibility for a change? If you can.
Yeah, you totally taking us to task, man. Taking them to fucking task. I've construed this character to be racist, therefore I'm right about stuff. Fuck you.
Running to defend their favorite game.
All of you people out there who are talking just bullshit about a fucking game, listen to me. Resident Evil 5 is not a racial game, you dumb asses.
Wow, finally someone
Seems
making
pretty
sense.
reasonable.
Someone made sense in this video. It's amazing. But these are all Uncle Toms, though.
Resident Evil is not racist, okay? That's it! Enough is enough! I've had it with these motherfucking people talking about this motherfucking game! Oh, it's racist! Oh, it's racist! Hell, I might as well kill a black people person if I ever have that damn game of people who complain too goddamn much! Oh, because
What do you think of my black stooges here?
Oh, did you train these guys?
Yeah, these are my
Oh,
stooges. I
that's
tell
how
them
we
what to
found
say.
them.
I tell them what to say.
Oh. They don't think for themselves.
No.
That house that they're in, did you just like rent that out? That's not their real house?
Oh, no.
Or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, I remember when this happened, actually. Resident Evil 5 had just come out, and I was like, I saw that some people were saying it was racist, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to pay my two black guys to get on the internet.
Did you had them dance, too. I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's racist. Come on, man. It's a damn video game. Shut up!
Good advice.
Okay.
I don't get it, but okay.
Notice how not one of them says a word about the Africans in grass skirts throwing spears or Shiva in the jungle outfit. They are totally silent on that.
So, I don't get it. I guess if I was like...
It's your white privilege, TJ.
Yeah. I guess if I was black and I was really very sensitive about anything and everything, then I would get it. But since I'm white and I'm not a pussy, I don't get it.
Well, it's kind of like the vigilant Christian finding Satanism and everything. This guy's finding racism.
Or like Anita
in everything.
Sarkeesian finds sexism and everything.
Right.
Oh, okay. So if it's kind of funny because we could give this game to the three of them, and the vigilant Christian would be like, it was full of Illuminati symbols, and Anita Sarkeesian would be like, it was sexist as all fuck, and this guy could be like, it was the most racist game ever.
And they can all start a Kickstarter campaign together.
And we could even have them all three of them sit down and have a debate about whether
That would be
the
hilarious.
game is Illuminati, racist, or sexist. Maybe they'll all agree that it's just all three. It's probably the worst thing that's ever been humanity's ever been subjected to. You know.
All right, let's move on.
This game is Iquensu Orcha.
Yeah, I can't even handle the blatant racism in this game anymore.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Tired of this damn racism.
Yeah, so I want to move on. Here's a guy that says the Earth does not revolve, rotate, wobble, spin, or move.
It's just totally fixed.
Yep.
Sweet.
And look
All
at
right,
him.
hey everyone, this is Rudy. Hey, I thought I would throw a camera in the garage and just go ahead and break the ice on this.
Thought I'd throw a camera in the garage
Go
here.
ahead and break the ice on this whole nonsense about the Earth moving.
Topic. Many of you can tell from the verses that I've been uploading to my channel recently.
Okay, well that's indication number one. He's uploading verses to his channel.
Many of y'all can tell by the verses I done uploaded to my channel here. It's like if you want to read the Bible, read the Bible. No one go to YouTube to hear Bible verses read to them or whatever the fuck is happening there. That just doesn't make any sense, and it makes me angry.
Recently, it has to do with the sun moving and the earth standing still. And I was going to try to get all my resources together and make a list of different websites you can visit and all the books written on the topic. And some of the books are written by Catholics, and I'm not a big Catholic fan, but got to give credit where credit is due.
I was gonna put all the stuff together so you could see it.
So there's books that are being written about this subject?
They must be self-published books.
I don't like that. That's very upsetting.
Yeah.
Some of them are written by Catholics, and I don't think too much of them hell-bound sinners, you ask me, but credit where credit's due. They write about this. They write about the earth being stationary and the sun revolving around the earth. They're right about that, if nothing else.
There are a few Catholics that have come to this conclusion, and I've probably spent about 80 hours, maybe more, so far researching this, reading books, going to various websites, using the knowledge that I've gained in my physics class. Let me just share a little bit about my background.
Hold on. You took a physics class, but you gained the knowledge that the Earth doesn't rotate? Oh, God.
Prepare for pain.
And this isn't like me bragging on my background. There's nothing to brag about. When you ask me what my credentials
You can
are,
say that again.
I know how to use a shovel, and I can clean a pretty good litter box. But
okay.
Hold on. I thought he was going to bring out some real credentials because he was kind of like, well, I don't like to talk about my credentials, but his credentials is that he can use a shovel and clean a litter box?
That's pretty good. Let's listen to what he has to say then.
I did go through 4 years of college and obtained a electrical engineering degree with a minor in mechanical engineering.
There you
and
go.
I passed my calculus classes. I loved calculus. I loved math. I passed my trigonometry, geometry, analytical geometry.
He knows his math.
Physics.
So he's like the country version of Ryan Wiley. Basically.
I know my maths. I doing well in the maths.
Thermodynamics. I loved all that stuff. I loved, mathematics and science. It was one of my favorite topics. So I'm not completely uneducated, but I'm not the smartest guy in the world either. I'm not here saying that I'm smarter than anybody. And I think for these types of things, the Lord has to lead you into this sort of belief. And you have to have a biblical perspective in order to understand what I'm about to say. But I want you guys to think back. I want you guys to think back and, the first time you told somebody that 9/11, there's problems with the official story and there's no way that...
Oh, God. Okay.
It's one of those, too.
So I want you to think back to the time you spewed this bullshit.
I honestly am having trouble recollecting me ever saying that, so...
He's going to compare it to what he's about to say now.
That story, was true, what the government was saying. There's definitely, two planes don't knock down 3 buildings at free fall speed, and you take a picture of it from the top, and there's no rubble pile. There's not even a pile of rubble. There's a hole there. You look at a picture of the Pentagon and where the wings should have hit the Pentagon, even the windows aren't knocked out. And the plane did not skid into the Pentagon. Pilots for 9/11 Truth told us that there's no way the plane could have hit the Pentagon in the way that they described.
Yeah. So that's all true.
So this group, that's a 9/11 Truth group that happens to be pilots, said this. So we should believe that.
And then you got Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where there's no plane, there's no blood, there's no bodies, there's little pieces.
It's because it crash landed into the fucking ground,
So
probably
wait,
going like 1,000 miles
so
an hour.
not only is this all a giant conspiracy, but it's not even like well done, Like the government didn't even bother to do shit right. They just like puts together some shoddy special effects and we're like, yeah, people will believe this. They're pretty stupid.
Of plane that somebody could have brought to the scene in their in the back of their car.
Yeah.
So I want you to think back, when somebody first told you that, to your reaction. Because what I'm about to say, I'm not saying for shock value. I could care less if you like me or if you don't like me. I could care less about
it's like
how many subscribers.
No, he can care less.
That's true, he can.
He's watching right now hoping that we're not mean to him because he can care less.
That's true.
I have. What I'm about to say, I'm telling you because I believe it's the truth. And I know 99.999% of you are going to reject it. I rejected it when I first heard it until I started looking into it more, till I started reading my Bible, till I started
read your Bible
and do what it say. I used to be smart, and then I started reading my Bible. I rejected this until I read my Bible. What the fuck?
I wish we would just get to it.
A little bit more about the things that we've been told, and I would just ask you to look into it before you jump to the conclusion that I'm an absolute nut.
Right.
And again, I'm telling you this because there's going to be 0.0001% of you that is going to receive it, just like I received it, and just like there's a few that can weed through all the BS that we've been told in this world.
I hope I'm one of them.
See what's going on.
Let's see if I am.
But I want to declare that I am a geocentrist, and what a geocentrist is someone who believes that the Earth is the center of the universe and does not move. Let me say that again. The Earth does not move. It does not rotate. It does not revolve. It does not go around the sun, and it does not wobble.
Okay. It all makes sense.
The Bible says the Earth cannot be moved, and that's what I'm going with.
Okay. That's good evidence. That really trumps all that scientific documented evidence that says that it does move and go around in the sun and stuff. But now that you've told me the Bible said it doesn't move, clearly all of science is wrong.
Stumped.
And, when it comes to Copernicus, Galileo, Kepler,
Liars!
Carl Sagan,
Liars!
and Einstein,
Liars!
all of them are flam artists. I believe they're all con artists, and they're basically in a satanic deception that put forth...
Satanic.
It's worse than satanic.
Satanic. Electronic. Yeah.
So I was just joking when I kept shouting liars, but then he actually said that. So...
Satan's very, very first blue ribbon lie. You know what Satan's... Well, you could go all the way back to the Garden of Eden, so I wouldn't say it's his first, but Satan's blue ribbon lie, at least one of them, is that the earth moves around the sun. Okay? That absolutely is not true.
How would that be an advantage to Satan if we believed that?
And how is it Satan's lie? I would say the majority of people say that, so Satan just convinced all these people?
Satan's a very persuasive motherfucker.
Yeah, apparently.
But I mean, like, what does Satan get out of that? Is he going to explain why Satan, what that even means for Satan?
Satan's
I don't get it.
Basically a troll, basically.
I thought Satan was trying to, like, capture the souls of humans and lead them to sin and temptation. I don't see how lying about what the earth does in relation to the stars and planets, I don't really see how that...
Because that means the Bible's wrong, TJ.
Yeah, if you take it, like, super literally. Like,
and I believe it with all my heart. Now, am I the smartest guy in the world?
No.
Can I...
I like how he asked that.
Am I the smartest guy in the world? No one would even ever say that.
Some people in the chat room are calling him Kevin Spacey.
I don't see that at all.
Nah, not really. It's not like this isn't a scene from American Beauty or anything like that. He's like pumping iron in his garage or anything.
Answer every single question that comes up. No, but
He literally looks almost
research
nothing
this
like
issue,
Kevin Spacey
right?
whatsoever.
I'm going to continue to do it. I put about 80 hours into it so far, and I'm going to continue to educate myself on this issue. And I'm to a point where I am willing to declare myself a geocentrist. Now, do I believe that Carl Sagan, Einstein, Kepler, Copernicus, and Galileo were in some, plot where they communicated with each other? No, I don't believe they were communicating with each other.
They lived during different times for the most part, so...
Through the centuries. But what I do believe is that Satan allows certain people to be puffed up with pride, and this world...
Well, how do you know Satan's not puffing you up with pride?
Yeah. He allows people to become puffed up with pride, and then, like, all they can think to do with that pride is be like, I'm going to make up some shit about the earth, and then I'll forge some scientific evidence for it, and then I'll make that scientific evidence available to anyone who wants to look at it.
People,
which, by the way, if it was fake, people would notice. You fucking dumbass. I mean, like, you could sit there and say Galileo and Einstein were liars, but I'm not hearing you fucking actually criticize relativity or anything. I'm not hearing you actually refute the fucking points or rebut the science. All you're saying is, like, they was liars and Satan, and but okay, you're not actually talking about the things that they hypothesized and theorized and observed. So it's basically useless.
For their own good, and they just put out absolute BS. I mean, we've just been lied to upon lied to. Let me give you examples.
All right.
And then I want to come back to geocentricity.
Uh-huh.
Kennedy. Let's use Kennedy as an example. They tell us Kennedy was shot from the 5th floor of the school book depository from the back of the...
No. Pause. No. I thought we were talking about geocentrism. What is this Kennedy shit?
Conspiracy theory shit.
I know, but what or why are we switched? I thought he's like, let me give you an example, and then he's like, Kennedy. He's like, no, you said you were going to talk about geocentrism. I want an example of why geocentrism is true. I don't want to hear your stupid bullshit conspiracy theory about the grassy knoll, you stupid fuck.
Head. Yet when they shot him, his head flew backwards. You don't shoot somebody in the back of the head and your head fly backwards. And then his wife looked like she was crawling out on the...
If anyone's ever, like, shot a rifle at like a pumpkin or a watermelon before, you know that actually like there's a certain thing that happens with the fucking air pressure that does pull it forward towards you for a second.
Back of the car that he was in to get his brain parts or something, right? So it's obvious that Kennedy was shot from the front. That's just one example of one lie. Okay, we got the Earth being billions of years old. The Earth is not billions of years old. It's less than 7,000 years old.
Oh.
You've got the lie of evolution.
You're gonna make okay. Are you gonna actually talk about like different ways of radiometric dating things, or are you just gonna declare that a lie?
He'll just declare it a lie.
Okay, I know he's just about to declare evolution a lie. And I'm sure he's gonna get into the specifics of why the theory is flawed too.
Basically, a lightning came down and struck a primordial.
No.
And just all of a sudden, we
That's
have
not even
a
evolution. That's
organism.
nothing to do with evolution. You stupid fuck. You reference evolution, and then you start talking about biogenesis, a totally different fucking subject.
This little simple organism that can reproduce itself. It has a digestive system. It has an immune system. It can
No,
withstand
it doesn't.
the heat.
What are you talking about? The first cell was nothing like that. You're a fucking imbecile.
Did you say it had a digestive system?
Yeah, it did not have a digestive system. It did not have an immune system. It was the earliest cellular life. It did not have any of those things.
The cold and the UV rays from the sun, and if you just give it 1 billion years or so, you'll have mankind. You'll have you and me, bananas, cats and dogs, grass, trees, camels, whales, and aardvarks, and anything, ostriches, anything else you can imagine. Just give it 1 billion years and it turns into all of the living things that you see in the world. That is an absolute, utter, crazy lie. Anybody who believes...
Why is it a lie? You never explain why it's a lie.
But it's not a lie that someone somehow gathered up all of those animals and put them onto one boat.
Yeah, a drunk man... A drunk old man with not modern equipment built a boat large enough to house 2 of every single animal in the entire world for what was it, like a 40-day?
Yeah, 40 days. Yeah, 40 days and 40 nights.
Or was that just the Moses thing?
No. I believe that was Noah's Ark too. 40 days and 40 nights.
Right. So for 40 days, yeah. So I mean, like.
Somehow
that story is believable, but evolution's not.
Somehow he kept the animals from eating each other too.
Well, they were sustained by love and faith.
God should have just created like a giant bubble for them to float on top of the water in.
Or if God really wanted to,
or just fixed it without destroying everything.
Or just like snapped his fingers and all the people he didn't like are just dead. You don't have to flood the world. Just like bam, dead people. Give them all heart attacks. You're God. You're not limited, so...
That is lacking some serious common sense if you believe in evolution. Now, there's a saying that I heard, and that is, everyone refutes Darwinism, but real men refute Galileo. So I offer that to you as a challenge.
I'm so glad that I don't travel in circles where that's a saying.
Yeah, like, where do people say that? And how can I not be there? Make sure I'm never there.
If I hear someone say to me, anyone can refute Darwinism, but real men refute Galileo, like, I'm going to be in jail for murder the next day.
You think he's a Texan?
And I think it's justifiable homicide, by the way. Texan? I don't know. He probably is. He's a reprehensible piece of shit, so if he's not in Texas, then he belongs there.
That the Earth does not move. They say that... Okay, let me give you another example of lies before I get back to geocentricity.
Okay.
You got...
I like your cat, though.
You got evolutionism. You got the Federal Reserve, where they control all of our money, and they print extra money to carry out their evil projects in the world.
Wow. Just wow.
Yeah.
And they fund evolutionism in the school, and they do anything to get...
Evolutionism.
Evolutionism.
I didn't know that evolution is now an ism.
It is. It ism and ism.
It ism and ism?
Mm-hmm.
The Bible out of school. So you got the Federal Reserve is another big lie. The Federal Reserve is the most evil institution in the history of mankind.
Really?
The Federal Reserve?
The Federal Reserve. I mean, like, I can understand if you don't like the Federal Reserve, but you're really going to say the Federal Reserve is the most evil institution.
Evil institution in. Did he say in mankind?
In mankind, ever.
Jesus.
So, worse than the Nazis.
Yeah.
Worse than. He probably thinks the Holocaust. He's probably a Holocaust denier, too, now.
I don't know. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but, you know.
Well, he's talking about things that are lies. Maybe he'll get to that.
The most evil organization in the history of mankind. That's pretty. I don't know. That's quite a stretch, I'd have to say.
Yeah.
It's a private bank.
Got global climate warming, supposedly, from Al Gore, which is nothing but a system to control the United States through taxes. And
Wow.
Uh-huh.
This guy, like, lives and he drives a car. And probably a pickup truck.
And eats breakfast in the morning, probably.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Like, dresses himself, kind of, and...
How can he be so delusional?
They're out there, Ben.
I know.
They're out there.
I know. It's fucking scary.
He probably has... A lot of these opinions that he's spouting right now are probably represented by bumper stickers on the back of his truck, too.
to make Al Gore rich.
And I guarantee you that somewhere on there is a Ron Paul sticker
you got,
as well.
A foreigner, Muslim...
oh, God. Here we go.
Queer as our president.
Oh, that's a new one.
I've never heard
queer.
that. He's a foreigner, a Muslim, and a queer.
As our
I've
president.
heard foreigner, I've heard Muslim, but I've never heard any of even like the most hardcore Republicans say Obama was gay. But I guess Obama is a. Wait a minute, you can't even be a queer Muslim, can you? I mean, like most Muslims.
In some Muslim countries.
Okay, but
yeah.
But Islam is not really compatible with the whole queer thing.
No,
for the
not
most
at
part.
all.
For the most part.
I just think it's weird. Like, this is probably the same type of guy that when you criticize Bush, you'd be like, how dare you criticize the president in a time of war?
Well, he probably doesn't because he thinks 9/11 was a lie. So,
oh, well.
He probably
That's true.
You know, so he probably thinks Bush is evil, too. Probably like a satanic Illuminati, blah, blah, blah.
And nobody will say anything about it.
Holocaust?
Even the people that supposed...
Where's the queer part, though? Like, where's the... I mean, like, yeah, Obama did live in some Muslim countries when he was younger, and his stepdad was Muslim, and I believe maybe his dad might have been. I don't know about that. So, like, I guess there's room for doubt there for idiots like this, but where's the queer part? Like... Did someone like catch Obama making out with a dude somewhere or something like that?
He heard a story from one of his friends that someone read online once, an account of someone stumbling into a room and seeing Obama sucking a dick, and cum was dribbling down his chin. Obama
I wanna suck your dick.
Hopefully, defend the Constitution. So that's it's a proven forgery of the birth certificate and the selective service card. Yet nobody says anything about it. That's another example of a lie that's been propagated on society. Is this queer Muslim foreigner that's taken over commander-in-chief of the America's military and our whole freaking country and pushing faggotness all throughout the United States.
Fagotness. Hashtag fagotness.
Pushing faggotness. I think he thinks that because you know what it is? It's because Obama repealed "Don't Ask, Don't Tell" and stuff.
I see.
So he's in this guy's mind. That's like supporting faggotness throughout America.
There is. I didn't even want to give the conspiracy theory attention at all, but and that I've gotten tons of videos about it. But there is a conspiracy theory out there that Michelle is secretly a man.
It makes sense to me, man.
Really?
It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, you got that. You got the lie of fluoride. They're putting fluoride to keep us stupid, and from what it looks like, it's working really well because we got a lot of...
Is this guy like a parody? Because
how much of it did you drink?
This dude seems like he literally believes every bullshit conspiracy theory that anyone's ever spewed. Like, usually, like, these people believe, like, 2 or 3 of these things, but this guy's, like, going through a checklist of every bullshit thing that anyone's ever said.
It's like Alex Jones. Alex Jones believes pretty much every conspiracy theory that's ever existed, Alex Jones advocates for.
Can we just, like, get rid of these conspiracy people? I mean, like...
Let's give them Mississippi.
You know,
we'll be like, Mississippi's no longer a country. All you motherfuckers can move there.
Yeah, like,
or
you guys...
no longer part of the United States.
You guys can just have Mississippi, and Louisiana and Texas.
Oh, you're giving away your home state?
Yeah, I don't. Oh, fuck it, I don't want it. You guys can have that little cluster of land, and you do whatever you want. And you know what? Actually, we'll just get them all there and then bomb it. Because we'll just, those FEMA death camps that we built.
Yeah.
We need to start getting these crazy fucks in those FEMA death camps so we can kill them all. It'll be like a nice little genocide. But it's an ideological genocide, so it's okay. It's not based on race. It's just based on you being a stupid fuck who is literally a detriment to truth.
Stupid people. Then you got vaccines. They tell you vaccines are good for you. It does nothing but kill you.
Okay, how many people in America have polio now versus how many people had it 60 years ago?
That's a strong man.
Oh, man, just does nothing for you. It just kills you.
Also, if it kills you, then why? I mean,
why aren't I dead? I've had a whole bunch of them.
Plenty of people get vaccinated. They don't die. They don't get the things they got vaccinated for usually.
You got the treatment of cancer, chemotherapy, radiation, and mastectomies.
Oh, that's
they
just
kill your immune
irresponsible.
system when they treat you for.
Anyone who spreads information about alternative medicine shit to cancer is a piece of shit that is just irredeemably stupid and should not. I mean, your talking license should be revoked.
Right.
It's statements like that make me question my dedication to the premise of freedom of speech.
Just like the guy in the first segment.
Yep. I guess
cancer,
I'm just as bad.
Then they had you come in for a vaccine shot and they kill you, right? Because the vaccine.
He lives in an interesting and scary world, this guy.
It's funny because it's supposed to be the same world as us, honestly.
It's not.
It's
not. We may live in the same actual reality, but, to his perception, he lives in an entirely different fucking world than we do.
There's no immune system to work against the vaccine they just put in you. You got genetically modified foods. You got chemtrails that they're spraying the skies with. The lies go on and on
Holocaust? Is he going to deny the Holocaust? Come on.
Okay, so getting back to geocentricity.
No, I wanted you to deny the Holocaust.
I'm going to try to put some resources
just to fucking put the cherry on the top.
But here's the deal. I might get hit by a bus tomorrow. I might die tomorrow.
Here's hoping.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
For whatever unknown reason. And I wanted there to be a video where I have openly stated to the public, right, that I am a geocentrist and I don't believe the earth moves. The Bible says that the earth does not move and the earth doesn't move. And
the Bible says the earth does not move and the earth does not move. How can you argue with that?
Case fucking closed.
And I want to go into this topic more. I'll try to even develop my list of resources even more than I have now, and maybe I will make more videos on this as time goes on. But you need to look into the different speeds of the earth, supposedly that they say that is occurring. They say that at the equator, things are rotating at 1,000 miles per.
You damn Brazilians, you live down near the equator.
My phone
TJ and his fucking phone.
Hey, Scotty.
Jesus, man.
Da, 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 da. What?
So TJ's talking to Scotty right now.
Not now.
I don't know what's going on. What's going on? I can hear you, Scotty.
What's the announcement, Scotty?
Yes.
Sweet.
So, you heard it here first. The Drunken Peasants channel, our original channel, has been reinstated, apparently.
Cool.
So, we can now stream live again on our original channel. We just now learned this. This is totally new information. It's pretty amazing, though. So, I don't know. What do you have to say about that?
It's good.
Yeah?
It's real good, Ben. It's real fucking good, Ben, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I'll have to log in later and check that out. The new channel that we created, we decided, since so many people have already subscribed to it, maybe we'll start rolling out some kind of content for that too.
Yeah. Have we branded that channel yet?
We
as an
didn't.
identity, because if not, we could.
No, we didn't select a custom URL for it.
All
yet.
right, so we might do something with that channel then.
Yeah.
So
I think it's worth it. You know,
you could still go down and subscribe to it because we might be doing some kind of crazy new project whenever we figure out what that's.
Yeah,
gonna be.
but it's pretty awesome that we got our channel back.
Oh yeah.
Only took what, like a month and a week or something like that.
I'm glad that YouTube resolves these sort of things
so quickly
in an orderly manner.
Yeah. You know what I think we should do? I think we should take a break, and when we come back, we're going to cover a video about the mythology of Elevatorgate and how everything we know about it is clearly wrong.
Sweet.
We're also going to cover the Vigilant Christian, the video he made about Marilyn Manson that actually got Marilyn Manson's attention.
Yep.
And some other stuff involving Eric Hovind and the Church of Gale. When we come back, Brent Spiner speaking about the Church of Gale. He was actually asked at a Q&A panel. So we will be right back, motherfuckers.
Motherfucker.
Downtown, hobo on the ground, says he got a probe. No, I got my chode, but no, that's sick. If I want a dick, I can get a dick. And I like the metal stick with the little drip drip without the knob on the top and all the stickiness. And I know the satisfaction of a man, don't get me wrong. Wires the eyes and baby doesn't turn me on. Like when a man tries to beat me, take off my hobo clothes and then he tries to feed me. Cracking them out, putting them out, suck those out, make scream out. Then I'll be the hobo universe. Talk about standing in the street, getting bent over a vent. Looking forward to the probing experience. Get the lube, dude, use it for the back in action. Stick it in and watch the hobo's ass contraction. Hobo, 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 hobo. Anal, 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 anal. Probing, 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 probing. Hobo, anal, probing. Chillin' at home, watching the tube, sorting a boner for the killing of the hobos in the sandy of the bone. Feeling good, looking out the window, looking down the alley for a dirty old hobo. Yeah, I like the anal probe and shoving like the dirty dozen. Says the ladies in the dress, babies, mama's, daddy's cousin. Make me feel like a hobo, tie me down for anal probe. Tossing over with blood running out my ass. You think it's funny? Take a look, you fucking bust you in the nuts like you're my lover. Fucking dirty hobo dick, it's saucy like the sucker drip. Think twice about your trip, the hobo probe with confidence. Building up the mean or something lonely, but you're fucking hobo, 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 anal, 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 probing, 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 hobo, anal, probing. Fuck that, I ain't no tool, bitch. I'm a hobo with two motherfucking fists. And feel that rim shot, big cock in your mouth, fuck, thinking master the anal probe. Greasy, 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 greasy it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 greasy it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 greasy it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 greasy it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Greasy, 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 greasy it up. Stick it, stick it, stick it, stick it in. Slide it up and down, slide it up and down. Slide it all around. Hobo, 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 hobo. Anal, 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 anal. Probing, 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 probing. Hobo, anal, probing. you suck my dick. Tell me that you lick, lick, lick. Tell me that you'll rock my cock like a whore and never stop. Never stop. Never stop. Tell me how to stick it right. How to poke you in the pokey and feel tight. With my dick clean from your servicing. Let's go, girl. And I believe when you're pussy. And I will scream when you're pussy. Tell me that you'll be my girl. Tell me that you'll be my world. Tell me that you'll be that slut in my dreams that I wanted to be. Tell me that you'll suck my dick. Tell me that you'll lick, lick, lick. Tell me that you'll rock my cock like a whore and never stop. Never stop. Never stop. You know I'll wait for you to break your dawn. You know I'll wait by your window till the moon is undone. You know I'll wait by your back door down the street.
Fuck
and
it.
take 'em outside and see
Fuck
what
it.
kids are making playing in the sun.
Fuck it.
Well, I got my rights, I pay my bills, I got my know-how.
I'm a
When I
bisexual.
never like to get my hands dirty, I got it all figured
I'm
out.
thinking about
When
coming
I
out.
never play out the game with a chick, got to a true change, that bring me neither rich, fucking no fair.
I want to marry a guy and a babe.
Just swap me up, motherfucker, yeah. Singing I just want me up, motherfucker, yeah. Going to parties all night. The gates of barroom fight. Singing I just want me up, motherfucker, yeah. Singing I just want me up, motherfucker, yeah.
Why didn't you just shut up? And I never had any sex with my parents. I mean, I had oral sex with my father. It lasted about 2 minutes.
Motherfucker am I. Motherfucker in my eyes. I don't care. I steal your beer. Don't ask why. I'm just a motherfucker. Motherfucker am I. Motherfucker in my eyes. I don't care. Wanna be a mother? I just wanna be a motherfucker. I just wanna be a motherfucker.
I'd rub her thigh while mentoring her.
Do it live! Do it live! Suck it! Suck it! Suck it! Suck it! Suck it! Suck it! Fucking thing sucks!
Came up with luck, and then she felt my nuts. She said she was as hard as me, and then I was confused with that comment. I reached and grabbed her tits. She said, "Do me, baby, oh baby, do me, baby, ooh." Then she said, "Let me tie you to the bed," and I agreed happily. I was getting a piece, and when she was done, she pulled out her penis. When I started to scream, like she seen on me. She shit on my chest and rubbed my dick with it. She said, "Bitch, you better watch your side." Eat my shit off my dick. And she started to moan like she was getting boned. She was a man, just a shitty man.
If you think it's bad, fine.
Thought she could help me. Set some my demons free.
Anal sex, oral sex, oral sex. Oral sex parties. I thought it was sex with a toothbrush.
And she giggled and laughed like she was all horny. crack cocaine like a whore. She smoked a little bit, admitted, smoked up all her shit. Now she can't even stand on her feet again. Dada beat her, mama fucked her for all she was worth. Now she can't even give birth to the child she wanted with the boy she adored. Because she's called the whore, she's called the whore. Now just see what you started. Joey always said she was a little thick in the hips, and she'd get wasted, try to have some kids. So she fucked and she fucked and she fucked and she fucked. She fucked and she fucked and she fucked and she fucked.
Did she fuck Ben?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that was,
maybe a little bit.
That was Ben's old band, Sex Tornado.
No. Sex Tornado.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in it.
Yep.
I was the singer.
You were the singer. You were the singer.
Not really,
Ben.
though. No, I don't want to take credit. I was not the singer of Sex Twister, everyone that was wondering.
Yep.
A friend of mine was the singer of Sex Twister, but not me, literally.
Ben, I think your last name should be Dover.
No, it's already Ghazi.
Ben Dover.
Nah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, sure. I'll go with that.
Maybe your
too.
middle name is Ghazi.
Ben Ghazi Dover?
Yeah, but then you can go by Ben Ghazi or Ben Dover.
It seems like you're sitting up higher this time than you were earlier.
I am, because I'm cross-legged all of a sudden.
There we go. Wow, it's amazing what a difference that makes.
It's a tremendous difference, Ben.
Okay, so now we're going to address a video that talks about Elevatorgate. For those of you who don't know what Elevatorgate is, it had to do with, what was her name? Rebecca Watson?
Rebecca Watson.
Yeah, Rebecca Watson was in another country, I think either Ireland or the UK. And she was in an elevator with a man alone.
If she was in the UK, it would be Liftgate.
Oh, true. Well, I think they call it a lift in Ireland too. But anyway, she was alone in an elevator with a man she had been out drinking with, and he invited her back to his room for coffee.
I don't remember it being in another country, but
I think it was in another country.
At any rate, she was in an elevator. Dude asked for coffee. She made a video on YouTube like,
and maybe
don't do that.
Yeah, and maybe he did mean sex.
Maybe.
I would even side that
Even if he did, he asked. It's not like he raped her. You just like said like, "Hey, want to come back to my room?"
Right. He didn't lay hands on her. He didn't do anything weird. He just asked. I mean, how else are you supposed to approach a woman that you're interested in? He must have been pretty drunk, by the way. Anyway.
He used the coffee euphemism. What more do you want, bitch?
Right. He should have used the yada yada.
It's not like he just whipped out his dick and said, "Start sucking."
Yeah.
Then I could see a complaint.
Oh,
So today I'd like-
and by the way, it's your favorite guy, Ryan Wiley, doing the video, telling us that we're all wrong about Elevatorgate.
Oh no!
But his face isn't in the video, so.
Well, thank God for small favors, I guess.
To talk a bit about the mythology of Elevatorgate, because it's gotten really bad to the point where there are a number of people who respond to Rebecca Watson who like don't even portray what happened. Right? It's gotten ridiculous to the point where people are saying Rebecca Watson doesn't think you should ask out women ever or ask women out to coffee. It's not what's going on. That's not what actually happened.
Well, I mean, if she somehow finds you attractive, then that's okay with her, I'm sure.
So you just have to magically know beforehand whether or not she's going to consider you attractive.
Happened. So I'm going to draw two columns.
Okay.
One is going to be the myths that we see all the time, and the other is going to be what actually happened.
Reality.
I'm going to call this reality.
So
I think that's
he's the arbiter of what is myth and what is reality.
The only person who would know what really happened other than Rebecca Watson is the other dude in the elevator. So was that him?
What was it, Ryan Wiley?
I know. Well, that's the only way he could know. Like, I'm going to tell you what really happened. Like, what? You?
bombastic.
How do you know
I
what
think
really
you get the
happened?
idea.
Okay.
So the first myth is that, Rebecca Watson was just in an elevator.
Okay. What does that mean? What do you
Yes.
mean
He'll elaborate. It's. I had to watch this first because I don't want to put Ryan Wiley in front of you for no reason. But I watched this video and I was like, "Fuck, we have to use this video."
I don't even understand. Like, the sentence doesn't even make sense to me.
Well,
Rebecca Watson was just in an elevator. How's it a myth? She was in an elevator.
He's gonna address each one, and it's fucking bullshit when he does.
Okay, well, let's see.
It is true that she was in an elevator.
Okay,
but
so that is not a myth then.
It's true she was in an. Oh no, well here's the reality of the situation. TJ, he's gonna lay this out. I can already tell. Like I bet he's already tweeted about us once already.
Okay.
Missing the context.
What's the context?
What actually happened, and you can.
How is that real? Well, how are these two statements even?
They're not even.
The myth was that she was in an elevator, even though she was. The
reality is that you're missing the context.
Good job, Ryan. Your math degree has served you well. You wrote one, and then you wrote two after it. Way to use your math degree.
But I don't even like the way he did that because, like, I feel like. This is a separate list. It should start at 1 also.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Like 1 should correspond to 1, 2 should correspond to 2, but instead he's like, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this
Didn't
is
they
4.
teach you basic math?
I don't even... He doesn't have a math degree. This guy's full of shit.
He can't even...
He doesn't even understand how to make 2 fucking columns of a list. Of 2 different lists. This is a list of myths. This is a list of reality. Those are 2 separate lists. You number them separately. How does it make sense for 1 to be in myth, 2 to be in reality, 3 to be in myth, 4 to be in reality? Oh my God, he's so fucking dumb. Why are we fucking talking about him on the show? Fuck.
See this if you actually go out and watch the video Watson made. Is she was in another country very late at night. She was drinking.
Yeah, that third world country of Ireland. She should have watched her back every moment while she was there in an elevator in a hotel. I like how he uses her being in another country as, the first reason why she should have been concerned that some guy was asking her for coffee.
She was in another country, and as we all know, you can't trust other countries, so...
And it was just herself and this man in the elevator, right?
Okay.
That's an important part of the story.
Oh, he's fixing it. Is he going to fix it? Oh, thank God.
He did.
He fixed it. Okay.
He does know the maths very well.
Maybe he does have a math degree.
And people always don't mention this. They just say, "Oh, she was just in a random elevator." Right? It might be more acceptable if it's in the middle of the day, but the point is, like, this could be a very uncomfortable situation for a woman.
None of that context matters at all. At all.
Different country, and she might, feel threatened or something. The second was
wait, hold on. So your big conclusion of us missing the context, like, she might feel threatened or something. Like, okay, what? So she obviously felt threatened. The real question is, did she have a reason to feel threatened? And the answer is, let me think. No. Fuck.
Guy was just asking for coffee. Now, I don't know how people can be this naive, but again, let's think about this. This guy asked a woman to come back to his room for coffee at 4 a.m. after she'd been drunk.
So, hold on. 2 points. Number one, you don't know what was going through his head any more than I do or anyone else does. Number two, even if he was asking for sex, so what?
Yeah, and I mean, for whatever reason in our culture, it's not polite, even if you do want to proposition someone to say, "Hey, do you want to fuck?"
Yeah, I mean, like, this was he was using the kind of the established euphemism for this sort of thing. Like, hey, want to get some coffee? He even said before it, "Don't take this the wrong way."
Yeah, he did say that, and she took it the wrong way immediately.
Right, so it's like. And even she says, like, "No, thank you," and he didn't push the issue any further, and he went back to his room, and she went back to her room, and nothing happened.
He could have been creepy about it. He could have not taken no for an answer. He could have followed her back
He could have been like,
to her
"Yeah,
room.
you sure? Let me just walk you back to your room, or something like that." None of that happened. So, I mean, like, all this guy did, even if he was asking for sex, is like, "Hey, want to come back to my room and get some dick?" And she said no, and he's like, "Cool. So what? Big fucking deal."
Drinking. Now, I don't know why people keep arguing this.
Because you're stupid.
He was asking Watson back to his room to have sex with her.
Right. So what?
Like,
so what? So
there's
what?
no other
so
reasonable
fucking
way
what?
to see it. It wasn't just asking for coffee.
Sure.
So what?
That's fine. Men ask women to have sex with them, and the other way around, too. That's how people have sex.
Yeah.
I mean, you're so big on consent.
I know, right? 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 Like, you motherfuckers gotta ask consent, gotta make sure she's in it, blah, blah, blah. Someone asks for sex. Oh my god, this person asked for sex. Oh my god, they're evil. Fucking morons.
And here's some good evidence, right? This man started off by saying,
care.
"I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but would you like to come back to my room for some coffee?" Right? The clarifier means that there's something else behind it, right? That essentially.
Actually, he's saying specifically there's nothing else behind it. That's what that's supposed to mean.
Even if there was.
But yeah, even if there was, who cares? Doesn't matter.
They're using a euphemism to essentially ask a woman to, have sex.
Ask is the key word, I think.
What's going on?
Yeah,
sex is not the key word. Ask is the key word.
Right. I like how he portrays this as if women don't enjoy sex.
This disgusting man.
He just wants to have his way with her.
He wanted to have sex.
Right.
He wanted to have sex. What a monster.
I don't know why people keep suggesting the opposite. It's not just about coffee. And Watson knew it was not just about coffee. And the man knew it was not just about coffee.
Okay.
Right?
So?
And obviously Watson's not saying never ask a woman for coffee. Just
never ask a woman for sex.
Or don't essentially ask women back to your hotel room when it's very late at night.
Why not? Maybe they'll say yes.
Well, they were in another country. Maybe in his time zone, it was the middle of the afternoon.
But no, I mean, like,
fucking care what time of day it is.
But I mean, like, what if she'd said yes? What if she'd been like, "Oh yeah, I do want this guy's nuts. I'm gonna go check this out." Like, what do you mean? Don't ask for sex if you want it. I don't even understand that.
Right. That goes back to the whole consent thing. It's like, well, if you're not allowed to ask for sex when you want it, but you demand clear consent, then I don't get it.
I don't get
it's
it
a catch-22 at that point.
I mean, like, it's not like he pressed the issue. All you have to do if you don't want the sex is say no. You know? It's not a big deal. You want to have sex? No. Okay.
Right.
Go about your business.
Honestly, if he would have been... If it would have gone any further than that after she said no, then I'd be on her side about the whole thing.
100%. For sure.
And they're in a different country, and you have no idea who they are. And the third...
I like how he keeps bringing up the different countries.
He's very...
Are you that xenophobic?
I know, he's a xenophobic motherfucker. He's, like, terrified of... Like, it was another country. Don't you guys know? It was another country. It wasn't America. It was somewhere else.
General claims about objectification. And yes, I think this is actually somewhat true. But people miss the point, right? So how can you tell if someone's using someone else as an object? Well, if they don't see the other person as an actual person, but rather a means to an end. Well, if this man just doesn't care about how the woman feels and just wants to ask her back to her hotel room,
he did care about how she felt. That's why he didn't like rape her or something, or fucking like press the issue beyond where she was comfortable discussing it. He asked her one simple question that took like 3 seconds out of her existence. She said no. He accepted that and went about his fucking business.
Right, and this is all based on Rebecca Watson's own story. We've never heard a testimony from the man involved in this. Yeah,
but even by the standards of her own story, nothing happened for her to even be upset about at all on any level. So this is garbage.
Hey, that's seeing her as a means to an end, right? If you don't care about the other person, how they feel, or if they might feel uncomfortable, that's at least in some ways objectification, right? I don't think it's full objectification, but I can at least understand the argument. And people never mention this, and they never mention why Watson might think objectification was occurring. So overall, we have this very twisted view of Rebecca Watson.
No.
And I just don't think it's very helpful that people keep repeating these.
I don't think your stupidity is very helpful, so be gone.
All right. So we'll move on to someone even better.
Someone even better than Ryan Wiley.
Yep.
Oh! Has his intro gotten more violent and shaky?
I think it's Illuminati symbolism, personally.
Oh, right. Member of the Christian Truther Network.
Hey everyone, it's the Vigilant Christian Mario, and you're here for another edition of Illuminati Media Exposed.
Finally.
In today's video, we're going to be looking at Marilyn Manson's new music video for his song Deep Six that he just released. It's a song from his upcoming album that he's releasing in 2015. This time it's going to be called The Pale Emperor.
This is almost like a Manson promo so far.
I know.
He's like letting you know like this album's coming out and Manson's got a new song out. Manson's got a new video out. Manson's got a new album. I wonder if Manson paid the Vigilant Christian to make this video.
Well, it is funny because I guess enough people tweeted this video to Manson because he actually retweeted it. Actually, I don't even know if he retweeted it.
He didn't really retweet it. He just posted a link to it.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Whether that was actually him or someone who handles his social media, I don't know.
I can only see him actually reposting that and not even commenting on it, just posting a link to it like, watch this, basically.
And now I think now's as good a time as ever to bring this up. Apparently, this is proof that Manson pays attention to his tweets, and we would like to have Manson on the show. So maybe if all of our fans that are on Twitter could petition Manson to come on our show, that would be pretty awesome.
Yep.
I think that's the only show TJ would be nervous for.
Drunken Peasants with Marilyn Manson.
Be a surprise to anyone who follows this channel that Marilyn Manson is going to be used by the devil to once again create Antichrist, Illuminati, satanic propaganda to brainwash the masses with.
Good.
Here you have the actual picture from the upcoming
masses
album.
suck.
It may be the cover. It's not official yet, but here you can actually see there's a demon basically coming out of him.
What?
Yeah, that's a demon. It's not.
It looks like another picture of him, like a double exposure or something like that.
I think it's actually a style of picture where it like kind of superimposes one frame onto another or something like that.
Yeah.
Sort of. It's nothing to do with like It's not a demon. I mean, maybe it represents one or something. I wouldn't know.
If
but
anything, it's like a Siamese twin or something like that.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, when we're dealing with Marilyn Manson, and we do need to keep him in prayer, we are dealing with an individual who has opened himself up to being used by demonic spirits to create antichrist, anti-God propaganda in the wake of the Antichrist and the New World Order system. So, I mean, it's pretty obvious this guy doesn't...
It's interesting because usually, like, most of the stuff he fucking he has an easier job with Manson than most of the things he discusses. Because Manson will pretty openly, like, throw Antichrist shit and Jesus shit around there, But, most of these people, it's like, Beyonce is satanic or something. That's harder to fucking demonstrate.
It's crazy to think, though, they still use the Antichrist superstar thing. People who are against Manson, they'll still use that even though that was clearly a persona, not literally him. And the album, it came out almost 20 years ago.
Yep,
it's like
1996.
18 years ago.
And the thing about it is, even if you read his interviews from the time when he's talking about the Antichrist, he doesn't have a conception of the Antichrist as being one person, but being a prevailing, like, social attitude.
I looked at Antichrist Superstar the same way I would have looked at, like, Alice Cooper's stage persona or
Ziggy
Stardust. And when he did Omega and the Mechanical Animals, that was
probably more Ziggy Stardust.
Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, basically.
Yeah, very similar.
So, yeah.
His affiliation, he makes it pretty obvious what side he's on. Previous album that he released was actually not even entitled
It's
Antichrist.
not even the cover of Antichrist Superstar.
No. The cover's just the lightning bolt with the circle around it, right?
Well, that's the outer cover that the
cardboard cover.
Right, the cardboard cover.
It's been forever since I had the actual CD.
Yeah, and then under that was, like, the thing of, like, half of Manson's face with all the weird, like, paint chip effect going on, and then there was, like, some kind of crazy random blurry shit in the background.
Superstar. So he gladly embraces the spirit of Antichrist. Not only that, but he sees himself as an Antichrist superstar, a model of what anti-Christian music or a person or anything. He is the epitome of Antichrist. He wants to be the superstar. And
he's the epitome of Antichrist. He wants to be the superstar. I mean, do you not even realize that, there was a famous musical, Jesus Christ Superstar, and this is just a play on words?
It's so silly. He's such a silly fuck.
I know. It's like you find so much meaning where it's really so much simpler than what you think it is, honestly, Mario.
Oh, my God.
Come on. So I would think it would be cool, though, if they took Antichrist Superstar and, like, wrote a play around the songs and made it into a Broadway musical.
That should happen.
With, like, a live rock band. I always thought that'd be really cool to do.
Manson, if you're watching, do that.
he sees it as his church. Here you see the satanic symbol of the lightning bolt.
It's not satanic. It's actually a shock symbol.
Yeah, I've seen it on the back of electronics.
Yeah, like it's actually something you see on like power plugs.
Well,
you know?
It's fucking hilarious because he probably looks at those and thinks that satanic people made that electronic device.
But he thinks every fucking thing is satanic.
I don't know how he can live. I would be afraid to leave my fucking house.
Well, he probably is. That's why he fucking is a nervous wreck and cries on camera.
Oh, and by the way, he thanked God for Marilyn Manson finding his video and posting it for everyone to see. So he thanked God, who had nothing to do with it, instead of thanking Marilyn Manson, who decided to post the video. And I was saying earlier, when the first time I noticed that, if anything, he should give himself credit. He made the fucking video. Why give God all the credit?
Maybe he's just saying that Marilyn Manson is God.
Yeah.
Which I do agree with.
Lemmy is God.
To be fallen from heaven like a lightning bolt. So
That's
here you
not
have
what it
the
means.
Antichrist superstar glorifying his Lord, his dark Lord, Satan, Lucifer, who he has joined himself with and has received riches and fame and fortune in this material world temporarily. He is the one who goes on stage because of his allegiance.
That picture is probably about 18 years old.
Yeah.
I mean...
That looks like 96, 97.
Right. I went to one of the shows from that tour, so I remember that clearly. He'd, dress up in the suit, get up on the podium and tear up the Bible. It's all a stage show. I mean, like, even I would put this in the simplest of terms. I mean, he's playing a character when he's on stage like that. I don't even know. It's frustrating.
But like the Bible, there's nothing like special or magical about the Bible. The whole reason that he's tearing pages out of the Bible, like one of the major reasons is like just to piss people like the vigilant Christian Mario off in the first place.
Exactly. Well, I mean, when I went to the show, there was swarms of church groups protesting. It was probably like 96, 97, something like that. And there was just a whole bunch of Christian groups protesting outside of the show. So, of course, and that just drew more attention to the album and the show and everything.
I remember the first time I saw Manson in concert, there was we were at the State Palace Theater, and across the street there was some play called God Don't Like Ugly.
Yeah.
And there was like all these black people waiting in line to see that play, and they were all looking over at like the weird goth kids checking out the Manson show, and they're like looking at us like scared as fuck.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Eyes wide, like holy shit.
First Manson show I saw was Smells Like Children tour, and there was it was a whole different stage persona than ACS and everything after it. He reinvents himself pretty much with every album. So it's funny though that you mentioned the whole like tearing up the Bible shock value thing. One time I saw the band Typo Negative play, and the singer thanked the hotel that they were staying at for leaving the Bible in there because they ran out of toilet paper. So yeah, it's that kind of
it's like
shock value.
That
shock rock.
A bunch of people consider this some kind of sacred thing, so I'm just gonna show that it doesn't carry any of that weight for me, basically.
To the devil, and literally rips up pages of the Bible in front of his audience. It's a real shame to see individuals so far removed from truth that they will engage in stuff like this. We absolutely need to keep them in prayer, and anyone who would be influenced by this Antichrist spirit. This is a spirit that has possessed this individual and is working in our world today, preparing the hearts and minds of people for the coming Antichrist. Now here, I'm just going to show you.
From the same tour.
Right.
I mean, I think he went through like 3 or 4 costume changes during the show.
Yeah, that's not... I mean, this is, like, once again, we're being shown something from, like, 1997.
Right. I mean, he doesn't even look like that anymore. He's gained weight. He looks totally different these days.
Right. He
has shorter hair.
I mean, Manson is 46 as of today, actually. We're doing this, actually, we're recording this on Manson's birthday.
Is it really?
If it's still the 5th of January.
It is.
Yeah, today is that happy birthday, Manson.
Oh, wow.
But no, I mean, like, Manson is 46 years old now. Manson here is like 25, something like that. Well, no, a little older. Like 27, 28. So, a lot of time has passed since this. Like, if you're going to, like, start talking about Marilyn Manson's new video, then maybe you should show some pictures of that, not, the heyday of 1997, because that shit's long since passed.
That, he's Antichrist. I mean, I'm not
look
even
at him. Just look at him. He's Antichrist. There he is.
Oh, and this picture's even older. This is like pre-Antichrist Superstar.
This is before even. I think this is before Portrait of an American Family, even or during it.
So here he is with the founder of the Church of Satanism, Anton LaVey.
Probably. This is probably 94.
Yeah,
93, 94, maybe 95 at the latest.
And anyone who knows anything about this type of Satanism there's nothing really mystic about it.
Well, they do believe in magic.
But it's mostly like secular humanistic type kind of stuff.
It's like secular humanism for assholes. That's all. That's all it really is. They just put an Ayn Rand twist on secular humanism, and there you go.
Even with the Church of Satan, he's a member, a well-respected member.
They don't believe in a literal Satan. They don't believe in Satan as an actual entity.
Member of the Church of Satan. He does his job effectively. The Church of Satan is public about its goal to create propaganda to brainwash the masses in removing Christianity and promoting Satanism. This is admitted. Here you come to a vigilant Christian, a Christian YouTube channel, and I am claiming that the media, you can analyze it and find all sorts of propaganda, satanic propaganda, and you will deny it. But yet, the Church of Satan themselves admit that they are creating satanic propaganda
All right.
using...
Okay.
So what? First of all, like, Manson has not even been affiliated with the Church of Satan for a long-ass time in the first place. Like, he even said in some interviews that really he wasn't even interested in the church. He was just interested in meeting Anton LaVey, who he admired on a personal level. So it's not like Manson is actually working for the Church of Satan, and the Church of Satan doesn't even do what you think it does or believe what you think it believes. So
I'm pretty sure Anton LaVey died before Manson even really achieved mainstream
he did.
status.
Yeah, I think it was. I think LaVey died in
96. I think.
Yeah, maybe I think it might have been 97 or 98. But yeah.
Television and have stars like Marilyn Manson that fulfill this agenda. I'm just going to play a brief clip here from the Church of Satan because I want you to see they admit that they are engaged in
All right, you said they admit. Can you just fucking quit repeating the same fucking sentence over and over again?
It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a fact. They admit it.
Okay,
so
let's hear it.
Denial of it.
Let's hear it.
Listen to this.
Satan has declared a total war on Satanist Rex.
Satan has declared.
Okay, that's garbage.
That was a fragment of a sentence.
I know. Almost inaudible, honestly.
And someone said, "Okay, see." It's like,
Mario,
no, I don't.
Mario, we've invited you to come on the show. You actually, we invited you. You said you wouldn't, and then you made a video saying you would come on, and that you were sorry about being a dick in your previous videos, which is fine. We don't even care if you're a dick in your videos.
No,
but you said you'd come on. And then you canceled, and then I was like, all right, you can come on another day, and then he canceled again. Haven't heard anything from you since. But Mario, you can come on the show. You can, and we won't even. I don't even plan on even talking about Christianity with him. I want to talk about his Illuminati shit that he believes in.
Oh yeah,
because we've gone over Christianity enough times here. I want to know why you believe in all this crazy shit and how you think that. Or why you believe that you're still living and breathing if there's this secret society controlling the world that you're, espousing all this information about.
He's probably being protected by Jesus.
Well, I want to hear it from him.
Okay.
Let's. You want to move on to the next one?
Sure.
All right. So Eric Hovind was in a Taco Bell and came up with a great idea for what to do when you're standing in line in a fast food restaurant. Can you guess?
Is it pray or proselytize?
I don't know if you guys realize this, but a lot of restaurants and fast food places are now asking for your name so that you don't get it mixed up with somebody's order and so people will pay attention. It's a great opportunity to witness to other people.
Wow, no, it's not.
Yeah, because a fast food worker really wants to hear.
Yeah. It's like, sir, I'm trying to keep this line moving along. If you could just not do that and go take your seat and drink your Baja Blast, that would be wonderful.
Hey, I'd like to have a 2-pack of the Cinnabon Delights, please.
2 packs of the Cinnabon Delights. Anything else?
Nope, that'll be it.
That'll be it. For here to go?
For here.
Can I have your name?
You can. Jesus Christ is Lord.
Oh, my God. I would laugh at him and be like, can I have your real name, please?
I would just take it down and walk away, and then when his food was ready, I'd be like, Jesus Christ is Lord. Jesus Christ is Lord.
Jesus Christ is Lord.
Okay.
I'd be like, Jesus Cheerist. Is Jesus Cheerist here?
Say it nice and loud. I want to make sure and hear it. I'm way in the back over there, okay?
Great.
All right.
I get it.
Okay. 110.
There you go.
I don't know what the other stuff is from, but I think it's funny.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. What a dipshit.
Be right up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now.
Okay. So he goes to the back, and they're like, Jesus Christ the Lord. He's like, look, that worked. Fuck that dude.
And then someone hears that, and they're like, Atheism over.
So in the past, in the past few shows, we've covered.
No, we haven't. You're a liar. Why are you lying, Ben?
Gail.
You're a monster.
Schuler.
Cord Schuler.
Gail Cord Schuler.
From the Church of Gail.
Should we play the Church of Gail video first and then play Brent Spiner talking about it, or should we do it the other way around?
Does she talk about her close personal relationship with Brent Spiner in the Gail video?
She does. Yeah, she.
Let's play that first, then.
All right. So this is Gail Cord Schuler talking about the Church of Gail, which, by the way, is a spaceship floating around in outer space, and how it's being attacked by Jesuits.
The Jesuits are her enemy, led by the evil Zack Knight.
We have an emergency at Church of Gail.
Wow.
I'm going to read you a letter that I just got from Brent Spiner.
Brent Spiner, the actor that portrays Data on Star Trek The Next Generation.
Who has been her lover for many years.
She got an email from him. He's out in outer space, okay?
For real.
Getting attacked by a order of Catholic priests, apparently.
My beautiful wife. I hope you get
They're
this
married.
message. I am typing as fast as I can. The Jesuits are launching an attack on Church of Gail. They have already taken out our warp engines and life support. We are in dire straits out here. If they would stop launching their photon torpedoes, we could fix it. But they are furious about the Skype calls you posted to your YouTube.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's run this back for everybody.
Well, I think everything makes perfect sense so far. The Church of Gail... Look, Ben, what's so funny? The Church of Gail is having photon torpedoes fired at it, and they've already lost life support, and there's been some problems with the warp drive, and you know they're suppressive fire of photon torpedoes, a volley of photon torpedoes from the Jesuit ship. And Brent Spiner took some time out of that to write this email.
And they're mad about a Skype call that she posted on YouTube.
The whole reason for this intergalactic space war is they're angry that Gail posted some Skype conversations to her YouTube, which got, like, I don't know, 2,000 views a piece, maybe. And for that, the Jesuits have started a space war. And that makes sense.
And just to remind everyone, I
just want to remind everyone, actually, that everything about that story makes absolute sense.
After this clip, we're going to play a clip from a Q&A session that Brent Spiner was at, where someone actually asks him about this woman.
We need your help. Could you remove the Skype calls from your YouTube channel? We are light years away from Earth, and we can't transport out of here. I will keep you updated as I can. Your husband, Brent Spiner. I'm going to go to God in prayer, and I want the Christians all over the world to pray with me.
Okay.
Dear Jesus.
Dear Jesus.
I just asked, I took the Skype.
I just asked, I took the Skype
videos off of
and the
YouTube,
Skype videos off of
and
YouTube.
I didn't realize it, but I already put them all
this doesn't
up
really
on my
seem like a
website.
prayer,
It's like
honestly.
Divine Providence is behind this, because I believe Jesus wants
This
me
is
to
not a
put
prayer,
these
this is a
up,
ramble.
But he wants them at my website and not at YouTube.
Okay.
But Lord, I
Lord,
can see your divine providence working in this.
I see your divine
Nothing
providence.
is too hard for you. I want you to go personally rescue my men at Church of Gail. Restore the life support at Church of Gail. And I want you to fix their warp engines.
So here's the thing, like, I mean,
Their warp engines.
Star Trek was so anti-God. I mean, not anti-God, I guess, but there was like religion was not a big part of the show, you know. But she's praying for God to fix warp engines and shit.
Well, there were plenty of episodes of Star Trek: The Next Generation that were, anti-religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd even go so far as to call them anti-religion.
Not
but-
anti-religion, but pro-skepticism.
Yeah,
maybe?
and critical of religion. I
Like
would say.
the Picard episode.
Right. Yeah, that was. I mean, I guess you could call it anti-religious messages, but yeah.
And do a miracle for my men. And show the world that you are not on the side of the Jesuits, that the Jesuits are a satanic organization, and that you are on the side of those who honor the King James Bible,
That's the Bible G-Man reads, by the way.
and that you oppose
Something wrong
Crazy
with that
Gale
book.
Wiki, which is a Jesuit website.
I guess there's a website called Crazy Gale Wiki. Actually, I don't even know if it still exists, but it was a fucking smear website against her.
Why would you want to smear this woman when she tells such unvarnished truth? It's self-evident that everything she's saying is correct.
I have just requested at Church of Gale that we start a defamation lawsuit against Crazy Gale Wiki, and I believe
It'd be funny, like, if someone was like, I'm going to sue you, TJ, and you're like, oh, no. And they're like, yeah, I'm going to call my men on an intergalactic spaceship and request that they sue you. And you'd be like, oh, well, whatever.
All right, then. Have fun with that.
that is the real reason that the Jesuits are launching photon torpedoes at Church of Gale and putting the
I never thought I'd ever hear that sentence. The Jesuits are launching photon torpedoes.
At the Church of Gale.
lives of my men in danger. We have to do this.
Her men,
because
her men.
The Jesuits are trying to create the impression that I am the author of Crazy Gale Wiki. They have violated copyright and taken large portions of my website and put it up there. Lord Jesus, defend us.
This is all still the prayer, by the way.
I know.
Show the world that we are not the authors of Crazy Gale Wiki, and keep Brent Spiner alive because he's trying to marry me legally.
I like how she threw that in. Yeah.
Brent's in love with me. Thank you.
I've seen videos where she's literally wearing tin foil on her head.
And you would think it's all bullshit. Because
Right.
it's just so batshit crazy, but...
I also saw a video where she pulls out a giant dildo and is like, yeah, this is good, but Brent is actually way bigger than this one. And it's like, what?
How giant was it?
It was big. It was pretty big. I'll show you the video sometime.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
And Brent Spiner's even bigger.
Way bigger. She's also had sexual relationships with Vladimir Putin and Matthew McConaughey. It's kind of funny how her two lovers are like in their 60s, and the other one's like in his late 30s, early 40s.
Very strange.
Yeah.
The Jesuits want to kill him so that this won't happen.
I think this is
Lord
actually a good
Jesus-
time to just skip to the Brent Spiner thing.
Okay. So
this woman claims that she's Brent Spiner's husband, wife, rather.
Yeah.
Or she's trying to be, and Brent Spiner's madly in love with her.
They have a long-distance relationship.
You know, and she's obviously crazy. And a lot of people would say she's a troll, but I think there's actually pretty good evidence in the form of this question asked to Brent Spiner to show that she's not a troll.
Yeah, this is a video made by two guys who went to a Star Trek Q&A session, and we'll just play the beginning and then the part where...
And not that it really matters, but they are gay as fuck. I'm sorry. I mean, like, it's better I say it now than everyone in the comments section say it while they're watching it, and it occurs to them.
Your picture. Okay. So here, Andrew and I are at the PNE today, and we've come to see Brent Spiner.
It was Brent Spiner and Marina Sirtis, who I've met before, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, Ben had sex with Marina Sirtis.
No, I didn't. Shut up.
Yeah, you did.
We're going to ask him if he's ever heard of Gail Cord Schuler, and if so, what he thinks of her. So if we do get the chance, and I'm
He's in love with her.
Yeah, look at him. He's clearly sad and distraught without his love, Gail Cord Schuler.
Surprised she's not there with him.
Yeah. Side by side for all eternity.
So good luck to me.
Good luck to you. I love you, Brent.
Hello, this question is for you, Brent Spiner. It's an honor to meet you.
Thank you, Nathaniel.
Along with stardom comes a lot of attention, some wanted, some unwanted. And there's this woman named Gail Cord Schuler who's become somewhat of an internet meme by devoting this crazy YouTube channel to you. I'm wondering if you've ever heard of her.
I like the look on his face.
Yeah.
Like as
His
soon as
first
she said
look
his,
was like,
as soon as he said her name,
his
he was
entire
like,
face tenses up, and then he's like looking around like, fuck.
It's funny, like after he answers the question, what Marina Sirtis says afterwards is priceless.
Yeah.
And if you have a response to her claims and so forth.
Well, you know, nobody here knows what you're talking about.
Actually, we all do, Brent.
Yeah, it's funny.
We all know what you're...
A lot of people know about it.
We know about it, Brent. So
And so I'd be glad to answer you privately about that. But
Yeah, right.
I do know about it.
Dodge.
It's only been going on for about 22 years.
22 years. And how many years ago was this?
I don't know, but it's fairly recent. Just judging by the looks of him, he kind of looks like that now.
So it's been going on for at least 22 years. This woman has been talking her shit about how she's like in love with and in a relationship with and married to Brent Spiner. And he has, you know, he's basically sitting here saying like he has no idea who I mean, he knows who she is, but he's never met her even. You'll see.
Oh my god. That would be me. I'm next.
I've never met.
Oh, and then there's some bitch over here talking like,
"Shut up, bitch."
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to film here. I just asked a question.
I've spoken to her, and she has a very rich fantasy life, and
no, she doesn't. How dare you defame her?
And God bless her.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's basically what he said about it. Oh, and then Marina Sirtis says this.
I'm calling the FBI.
I'm calling the FBI.
Yeah.
I've seen her talk about this video before, and her line is that Brent Spiner is not the real Brent Spiner, but in fact a Jesuit clone of Brent Spiner.
I see. The real Brent Spiner is in
on
outer
the Church
space.
of Gale. Yeah, fighting the Jesuits in space.
Is it like the USS Church of Gale?
I don't know. You know what's funny is she somehow has a starship, but she lives in a shitty apartment.
It makes YouTube videos.
I don't know. I don't understand it. Not even like, if she really has the technology for a starship, like, wouldn't her YouTube video camera be like the best HD and her place would look posh as shit?
I agree.
But instead, she's like talking into a shitty webcam, and her apartment looks like a dive.
And now we're gonna do Q&A lightning round before we wrap up the show. Here we
Lightning
go.
round. Answer every question, yes or
Hey,
no.
Drunken Peasants. So when it comes to parents making their
Yes,
kids believe in
next.
Santa Claus, do you think that it harms their ability to be skeptical, or do you think that actually makes them more skeptical when they figure out he isn't real?
I would say it makes them more skeptical, because it's like you realize you believed in something so preposterous for so long, and once it's revealed as a sham, you kind of learn, like, wow, I really shouldn't just trust anything that I'm told.
The first time I actually asked my mom if Santa Claus was real, she was honest with me.
See, that never happened with me. My parents tried to deny that shit, but I mean, like, by the time I was like 4, I knew Santa Claus was bullshit. You know, I was like, man, that's not real.
And by the way, chicks watch our show. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And if you think it harms their ability,
Boobs and
do you think that
vaginas and
parents
such.
use this as a technique to make the kid believe anything that they wanted them to believe about God? And if so, do you think parents use this consciously or unconsciously? Let me know.
I don't know. I think maybe it is kind of like training wheels in a way, but I mean, it can go different way. It can go different ways for different people. Like for some people, maybe it softens them up to believe more crazy shit down the road, or for other people, maybe it makes them more skeptical. But you know, it's too much fun to fill children's heads with nonsense not to do that. You know, but I mean, like, really the Santa Claus stuff, that's like, oh, I'm going to make it seem like the world is full of wonder and all this bullshit. Instead of that, you should tell your kids horrifying lies like the boogeyman.
Oh, I heard that too.
Yeah,
all the
like, you know,
time.
if I ever had kids, like, if I was unfortunate enough to accidentally have a kid, I'd be telling the kid, like, the kid's like, I think there's monsters in my closet. Like, yeah, better shut up or they'll get you.
When I was a kid and we'd drive past the orphanage in my town, my parents would be like, sorry, we're dropping you off.
That's awesome.
I know. It's fucked up. All right, next question.
Hey, TJ and Ben.
Shut up.
My question is, do you collect vinyl? And if so, what's your favorite record that you own?
You know,
I
it's
used
funny.
To, I used to. Oh, I was going to say I used to, and my favorite records that I used to listen to on a regular basis were mainly Doors records.
I actually just recently got a record player for Christmas. And it took me a while to fucking get it hooked up right, but it's pretty good now. But I only have like a few albums. I have The Wall by Pink Floyd on vinyl, and I have 2 Beatles albums on vinyl.
It's like the Star Trek movie where they go back to the 80s and they can't figure out how to work the computer.
Yeah.
Because it's like not as advanced as what they're used to.
Right. I never really hooked up like speakers or anything before either.
Really?
Because I usually just like avoid anything that has wires and like make Scotty do it. But you know.
There's so many fucking wires in this room.
This room is made of wires.
I know. It's like the carpet is basically wires.
The floor is wires in this room. It literally is.
And every fucking wire has a purpose. That's the fucked up thing.
that you're scared
What's
to
up,
step.
Drunken Peasants? Today I have one question for any of you, including any guests on the show that might or might
Shut
not
up.
be there.
Communist!
I just wanted to know what your thoughts on sexual cannibalism.
Oh God, this is like...
Didn't we already do this anyway?
I don't know, but yeah, it makes me uncomfortable.
So? I'm gonna eat you, Ben.
Fuck off, man. Fuck off.
Finally found something that makes him uncomfortable. Can't wait to roast that
Whatever,
sweet
you don't want
ass,
to eat
Ben.
me, you want me to eat you.
Can't wait to roast my sweet ass, Ben.
Where sexual cannibalism, if you don't know, is basically one consenting adult eats another consenting adult.
I think this guy wants me to eat him
I
or
know.
him to eat me.
He's like, let me explain this a little slower for you so you understand. It's like an adult, like a guy with a flag on
I
his
see,
hand.
actually there's a Marilyn Manson painting in the background too. That Mickey Mouse taking his head off, the top part of his head off as if it were the Mickey Mouse hat.
I do think the Soviet flag is pretty cool, though. I wonder where he probably just ordered it online or something.
Why is it that the evil countries had the best flags? Like, the Nazi flag is probably the coolest looking flag ever. I mean, like, obviously I don't support the Nazis, but they had a cool
I don't know,
flag. And
you
the
know,
Soviet flag is cool.
I don't know if the Soviet Union's necessarily evil. I do think it had some corrupt leaders, but I wouldn't go ahead and just say it was like an evil nation totally. So,
Well, that's because you used to be a communist. Fucking
And it's sexual
commie
or
sympathizer.
something like that happened in
Shut up and eat me!
Austria, I think. Where
No, it happened
a guy
in
named
Germany.
Armin Mevis basically met a guy on Cannibal Cafe. That
Why?
ate his dick.
Why is
Well, they-
he like hiding his face? Does he not have the balls to ask us this question?
I don't know.
uncloaked?
Why is that pussy hiding his face, that piece of shit?
I don't like
hiding your face, pussy.
He's a communist.
together? So yeah, I personally think it's just a little.
You know
bit
what's
too
funny
far.
about that Armin Muse guy, the guy who cannibalized the other dude, whose
Yeah.
name no one remembers. No, but now that he's in prison, he's a vegetarian.
Really?
Yeah, he's become a vegetarian. He won't even eat animals.
But
now.
it was like a sexual thing, right? It
Right.
wasn't just I want to know what people taste like.
It wasn't just like I'm hungry. It's like this turns me on.
Was it sexual for Jeffrey Dahmer too, or was it more-
Jeffrey was trying to make an army of sex slaves, but when he was trying to like drill holes in people's brains and like pour bleach in, because he basically wanted to keep people alive but make them like retarded, so that he could just have his way with them. But he always ended up accidentally killing them, and then, eventually he just like started eating them and shit and keeping their body parts around his house.
All right, next question.
Just for fun.
Hey, Scotty.
Oh, hold on.
Find that on YouTube, and it's gonna go right up your fucking ass.
I guess that guy's threat didn't mean much. To
Yeah, I know,
shot it.
because it's out there, and now it's a Hey Scotty video. Okay, real question.
Hey, Drunken Peasants, how you guys doing this evening?
Fuck you,
So,
egghead.
my dad has a question for you guys tonight.
Your dad sucks. Your dad is fucking trash.
Yeah, speaking of football, who do you think will make it to the Super Bowl this year? What two teams will be playing against each other?
Wow.
What do you think, Ben?
I haven't even been following the NFL this year because the team that I like is like the worst team in the NFL.
Who do you
So,
like?
The Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
So I haven't even been following the NFL. I've been paying attention to college football where my team is in the national championship. So I have no idea.
I would say Seahawks Patriots is a pretty safe bet.
I don't even know who's at the top of their divisions.
They're
right
both.
now.
I think they're both the top of their
Oh,
divisions.
and when we say football, we mean American hand egg.
Hand egg.
So, yeah.
Fuck you. Goddamn.
Hey there,
butthurt
Drunken
pieces of
Peasants.
shit.
I hope your most recent holiday of choice was very good.
No, it's
and
fucking
I come
trash!
to you today with two questions. One is from a Tumblr follower of mine named WinTalker006.
No one
who
cares.
has asked if any of you had seen much of the Stargate TV series.
No, but I did like the first movie. At least when it came out, I liked it. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah.
And if you had, who was your favorite character and your favorite episode?
I've never watched it.
And my question is, what are your thoughts on this really high-end computer-generated animation being used more towards adult films instead of just kid films from...
I like how she asked that because,
Adult films.
Yeah, she makes all the, like, adult...
She just wants CGI porn.
I know.
That's what she wants. I agree.
What do we think about it?
I'm all for people telling stories with whatever medium is available to them. You know.
Right. What about pornography though? Like,
Sure.
honestly, I don't get turned on by cartoons and animated shit.
I do.
Right. I don't. I need something real. And like, and the difference between
Ben believes in reality. What a fool.
Oh, I am a fool.
What a fool.
So.
Disney.
They ain't never gonna make a real bitch that looks as good as some cartoon bitch, Ben. It's never gonna happen.
All it is a two-dimensional image.
You got to use your imagination, buddy.
I don't know. Okay.
You're a two-dimensional image.
No, I'm not. I'm three-dimensional.
Not from where I'm standing.
You're sitting, and you're right next to me. And if you look at me, I'm three-dimensional.
See, you're just proving how fucking flawed your perception really is with all those misstatements.
Kip the talking car here again.
What?
Admittedly, my pronunciation is shit.
I think we laughed at him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember.
Don't take it personal. We laugh at everybody.
But I'm going to try to work on that for you guys. But if it's still not good enough for you, then
shut up.
Shut
up and do your fucking
program here
question.
in the South, and everyone.
Shut up.
I think you hurt his feelings.
I know, he's all butthurt.
Yeah.
Shut up, you fucking butthurt pussy.
Sounds like the
Talk.
mouth full of shit here anyway.
No,
so
talk.
Just fucking deal with it, you goddamn devil worshipping communists.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Praising Satan's genitalia.
I do.
How does the Hobbit trilogy stand in comparison to the Star Wars prequel trilogy?
Well, I didn't like the Hobbit trilogy.
What would
but
you rather eat, the shit sandwich or the puke milkshake?
I wouldn't even go that far. Like, the Hobbit movies were like, I mean, I thought the first one was pretty decent. I thought the second one was like mediocre as fuck. I thought the third one was pretty bad. But with the prequels, like, it's just unrelenting awfulness throughout, really, pretty much. A few key scenes here and there are watchable, but mostly it's shit. So I would say that the prequels are way worse, but, I mean, I wouldn't want to watch either of those trilogies again.
Okay, that's it. All right, last question.
And then we're done.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Fucking done with this shit.
Hi, Ben, TJ, Scotty, and possibly guest.
Scotty ain't
My
here,
question for you
bitch.
today is, with The Woman in Black 2 coming out, what is your most elaborate
With a what?
and crazy plan to get rid of a ghost?
What?
Well, show's over.
Yeah, it's like to get rid of a ghost. We don't believe in ghosts, dude. All
Yeah.
right.
Our channel is back, so if you're not subscribed to the Drunken Peasants channel, it's youtube.com/Drunken Peasants.
Yeah.
Go check that out, because it's back. I guess we'll be doing our next show there, probably.
More than likely.
More than likely.
I'm going
we'll
to
be
try
back
to get
there.
all the videos that...
Actually, we might end up doing a couple more shows on this channel
Right.
for some other reasons, but we'll probably be back there either this week or first thing next week. So
Everybody who enjoyed the show, please hit the like button.
Like it. And you can support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/DP. All those kind of links are over that way. So check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. We love you.
Love you too.